Man,
She's at Bethpage Black today?
I'm jealous. I wish I was
I know. What are we going to do, man? You going to do it?
I ain't doing it. Let me see if I can get somebody to do it.
I think you should moderate this show.
You don't want to do it?
Come on, man.
I ain't going to do it.
Who you calling?
Let me see if he answers. Yo. Come downstairs real quick. All right, now.
You call Gil?
Yeah, we're going to see.
Gil's coming downstairs?
Gil?
We're going to see what Gil do.
The host?
Wow, Gil running the
See how
show.
long,
Gil?
see how long it take him.
Look at this. Look at this.
Yeah.
Oh, Bam.
You feel me?
Did you miss me?
Yeah.
Woo! Man, I've never been in this ship before.
Hey, yo, let's go. Let's go, Gil.
This way.
Just for you, baby.
What's up, chat? Yeah, y'all thought y'all ran me out. Nope. Nope. Not at all.
Hey, welcome back.
What's up, Gil?
You got on the all purple?
Hey, we miss you, brother.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We miss you, brother.
Let's
Man.
make a purple.
You are suited and almost booted.
Almost.
Yeah.
Looking sharp. Thank you. I appreciate it.
You got that royalty color on.
Yeah.
Hey, how do you do this?
You know?
All right, whatever. All right, welcome to the arena. Time for another edition of Gridiron.
Yeah.
Okay. Presented by Underdog.
Whoop,
Yeah.
whoop, whoop.
Whoop, whoop.
Listen.
Take your time, Gil.
Before y'all got here,
Take your time, baby.
that whoop whoop used to be pit bullish.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Now it's Labradorish.
Okay.
Right? So we're going to try this again. Presented by Underdog. Whoop, whoop. There we go.
There we go.
'Cause
There we go.
I didn't know a bar can be domesticated. so we back. What's up, chat? We back. All right. Man, I can't do this one. Yeah, we're going to move that one.
All right.
All right.
I like that.
You like that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
You're in charge, man.
I appreciate it.
I'm afraid you're going to send me to detention today, right?
All right, with me today, one of the most prolific figures in the history of sports media. Decades of takes, millions of debates, and a resume that makes him the face of this whole industry. Whether you love him or hate him, you can't ignore him.
Wow, that's the greatest intro I've ever had.
Hey.
Mister, I never lose a debate. Skip Bayless.
Yes, sir.
To my right, not you, over there,
Oh, yeah. My turn, baby. Let's go.
Mr. Ohio, a.k.a. Mr. Pick Six. Yeah, see, you liking it already.
like it already.
Yeah.
Hey, I
Super
like it
Bowl
already,
champion,
Gil.
5-time Pro Bowler, and an All-Pro cornerback, 2010's All-Decade team,
Ooh.
Aqib. Give me that chain. Talib.
Yeah.
Hey, I love it, Gil. I love it, baby.
Now to my direct right. Yeah, there we go. I like them shoes, man.
You like these Red Hawks? Yeah.
Okay, I like that. All-Pro, 6-time Pro Bowl defensive tackle, a member of the 2010 All-Decade team also, one of the most disruptive D tackles of his generation, Gerald McCoy.
Whoa.
Hey.
Now we're going back to the gentrified side.
You know?
Hey, this look a little 50.
Hey, they
1950.
hey,
You got the,
we got to talk to production
you know,
about
you got
that.
the colors over here. You know, I just noticed that. All right. Known as one of the nastiest, meanest, toughest offensive lines of the 2010s, loved by teammates, hated by opponents. 4-time Pro Bowler, the man you want protecting you on the blitz and on your blind side at the club.
That's true.
Incognito.
Yeah,
Fresh off an Italy trip, the big guy's back in.
Hey, how was it?
Italy was awesome. Molto bene.
I mean,
Perfect.
Perfect, baby.
Hey,
Perfect.
he said loved by teammates.
depends.
Some teammates.
Not all.
Depending on who you
One that
at.
didn't like me.
You know? Depending on who you at. Hey, that locker room is a tough place to be, man. You know what I'm saying?
You ain't gonna please everybody, Richie.
No, that's
All right, before you go, I got to call this man, my man, out.
Hey, Keith,
You are the all-time Dallas Cowboy traitor wearing that jersey today.
Triple D, y'all know where my heart at, baby. This fit is just for Skip, man. I just want Skip to look at Parsons.
I ain't gonna
2 hours.
rubbing it in.
You feel me? I did this.
You got on Green Bay socks.
To the sock cheesehead.
It's
I
gonna make
need a
me feel-
cheesehead. I'm a cheesehead for the day, Skip.
Yeah, you are.
I want you to look at it for 2 hours straight, baby.
Cheese
All right,
brain.
look, y'all gonna get back to let's get to this sponsor.
Take your time, Skip. Take your time, baby.
I feel me. You gotta get to the sponsor, people that pay the bills.
Yeah.
Take your time,
Hey,
baby.
use code GRID. See, that's changed. Grid. I gotta get used to that. Use code GRID when you sign up for Underdog.
Yeah.
Play just $5 and then hook you up with 50?
$50.
$50.
That's serious? They're giving out $50.
Fantasy
You play
bucks.
$5, they're giving you 50. Hey, Krista, do the $5, give me 50. And then put it on the Rams. Put it on the Rams this weekend, make it 100, and then take my 50 out. Okay?
Ooh.
All right. So look, again, just play $5 and then hook you up with 50 in bonus funds.
Nice.
That's real. So do you? Okay, chat. Okay. All right. Now, all right, you guys touched on this earlier in the week when I wasn't here, but it's official. Breaking news. Sierra's husband, y'all know him as Russell Wilson, just had his spot snatched. You know about snatching. He's on the bench while Jackson Dart makes his NFL debut this Sunday for the Giants against the Chargers. And this ain't just 1 week. Dart is the starter for the rest of the season.
Yep.
Congratulations to the
Congrats, Jackson.
To the youngin.
All right, we're going to also give out a congratulations to Russell. He is officially the first Pro Bowler from last year to come off the bench this year. It's unheard of, so we're going to give him that.
Okay.
All right.
Going to the bench. He's going to the bench.
Yeah, to the bench.
To the bench.
Let's keep it a buck. This ain't no walk in the park for JD. The Chargers are 3-0 and hunting on defense. So, Skip, we're going to start with you.
Yeah.
What are the expectations for the rookie in his debut against the Chargers?
I believe this kid will play pretty well against the fourth-ranked defense that could give him hell in certain spots. But this kid, watched him a lot at Ole Miss, is not afraid. This kid will play with his usual swagger, his emotion. He's going to bring some electricity. I am not saying he will set the Giants' world immediately on fire, but he will not be easily overwhelmed. He won't be easily intimidated in this game. He and Scatterboo are cut from the same cloth. They play with their emotions. You guys can laugh and say it doesn't work at your level, but Scatterboo's starting to have some impact.
He's a good player.
He's a pretty good player who gets every last ounce out of who and what he is. And he ain't afraid either. And he took some pounds of flesh from Kansas City on Sunday night because he will run through whatever brick wall you want to put up for him. And I remind you, Jackson Dart at Ole Miss had 14 career rushing touchdowns. They've tried to use him in running packages, which was ridiculous and almost disastrous. But he and Scatterboo will run a bunch of read option. I think he'll run around. I think he'll make some people miss. I think he'll complete some passes. And I believe the vets in that locker room signed off on this. I could be wrong about it, but I think they see that Russ is washed. He was washed against Washington. My Dallas Cowboys turned him into vintage Patrick Mahomes, but it was a blip on the radar. And then against Kansas City, it got so bad at the end on a 4th and goal from the 10, he threw it up the tunnel. I don't know what he was thinking about, and I think Dayball finally said, okay, that's enough of that. I can't look at that anymore because we got to give the fandom some hope, some new fun, and I think Jackson Dart, if anything else, will be fun. So I don't think they can win the game, but I do believe that Jackson Dart and Scatterboo and the defense, which that front seven, it's pretty good, especially the front four. I think they'll hang in this game. I got them losing 24-21 and covering the point spread because Jackson Dart will give them some new urgency and energy that Russ just is out of at this point in his career.
Yeah,
Wait, before you go, man, listen, I'm going to just be honest. I'm hot as hell.
All right.
I feel like I'm...
Take it off.
No, I just feel like I'm about to snitch, right? You know what I mean? like I'm over here sweating through my suit like I'm in court, man. God dang. Look at that.
Hey, not
like I'm about to just... I'm getting ready to tell. All right, you got it. My bad. You know what I mean? I ain't mean to interrupt you, boss man.
No, you good. I'm with Skip. I don't expect a lot from Jackson Dart. He's facing a defense that has given up a total of 4 touchdowns. You know who they face? They face Patrick Mahomes with Andy Reid calling the shots. That's Super Bowl winning quarterback, Super Bowl winning coach. They face Geno Smith with Chip Kelly calling the shots. Geno Smith is a playoff quarterback. Chip Kelly is coming off a national championship. They facing Bo Nix and Sean Payton. Bo Nix made the playoffs last year. Sean Payton has won a Super Bowl. And this defense has given up a total of 4 touchdowns. And you got a rookie in his first action facing this. They've been giving everybody hell, and I watched the tape. They're throwing so many exotic defenses at these quarterbacks where it's showing one defense and then on the snap it's going to something completely different. The speed of, we've seen him perform well in preseason, but you two can attest to this. Preseason is one speed, but Sundays in season are a completely different speed. Your mindset is completely different. You don't really do much in preseason as far as game plan and all that. So I'm going to give him some grace, but to Skip's point, this is what I want everybody to look at. When you said the vet signed off on this, again, you two can attest to this. You can for how the NBA works. There's the coach's guy, then there's the player's guy. I want everybody, if you get a chance, go back and just look at Jackson Dart's preseason highlights and look at what happens every time he does anything. Look at the sideline and look at what happens after he scores. They have been wanting, they meaning the players have been wanting him to be the guy. Malik Neighbors' energy when he's playing with Russ versus when he had Jackson Dart, he wasn't even playing with Jackson Dart. He was on the sideline. He ran off the sideline in Buffalo, and they did a chest bump. He's like, they're so excited for him to be the guy. I don't think they threw him in looking like, oh, well, we could go win this game. They just needed some type of spark. And the New York Lights are not for everybody. He's built for this. Look at how he carries himself off. If you look at his Instagram, how he come in the stadium, how his sweat, everything, he's built to be a New York quarterback, whether it's with the Jets, but for sure the New York Football Giants, he's built for this. But this game, I'm not going to this game like, oh, well, Jackson Dart in there, now the offense going to completely, he's going to give him a different dynamic because he's still young, can still run. You can open up the playbook more with him, with the things you can do. But I want people to temper your expectations and look at what he's walking into. Yeah. He's walking, his saving grace is that he's at home, he'll have the crowd behind him, don't have to travel, drive his own car, stay in a hotel, you know, all that road games completely different. So he'll have the comfort of being at home. But the defense he's about to face,
right?
They've been giving everybody hell.
So that's why I say he might have a crowd behind him. Shit, he might not.
Right.
It start getting ugly. That you know how New York do. That shit can switch real quick. And I mean, y'all hit it on the head, man. Jesse Minter got this defense playing great. They don't give up points, 4th in the league in points per game, giving up. They don't give up yards. They 8th, 7th in the league in that. They look like one of the top defenses in the league to me. You know what I'm saying? So you got to get your first start against this defense. It looked like it's covered 3 is man. It looked like it's covered 4. It's 2 man. You know what I'm saying?
Man, listen.
I expect them to struggle, and I expect them to struggle a lot.
So you think he'll get embarrassed?
The way he going to struggle, I would be embarrassed.
I'm telling you, Skip, it's so, you have to really break down the deep. So to give you just a quick idea, people who just for football, the Tampa 2 defense, you have 2 high safeties with the 2 safeties back. Your middle linebacker, who's usually a linebacker playing that position, his job is to get back to the middle of the field. What they've been running is an invert two where the guy who's supposed to be in the middle of the field is now Derwin James. He's not a linebacker. He's a safety. So that's a completely different person playing that position, and he's the guy getting back. Well, sometimes they go in dime, which means 7 DBs. They bring in all these DBs, have one backer on the field, have him go to the spot that a DB is supposed to go. Now, DB's playing where the backer's supposed to be. They're doing all of this versus people who have seen these things before, and they're confusing them. A rookie, first game, and this is what, oh man, like you.
And doing all that stuff, they only got 3 takeaways this year. The Chargers defense only had 3 takeaways this year, right?
Yeah.
So when you playing that good, you got to find something. The coaches have to find something like, what can we do better? That's what they harping on. I guarantee you they did the turnover circuit, stripping the ball, they doing the interception circuit. So you find a way to guys to not get complacent. You know what I'm saying? What we need to work on. We only got 3 fucking turnovers, y'all. Let's get the ball. What better way to get the ball than a rookie quarterback?
Are you
Fresh meat out there.
predicting 3 more?
They're going to get 3 turnovers this game.
Wow.
3 turnovers this game.
No.
A very tough day.
You know why that could possibly happen? You know why that could possibly happen? Because even though you're talking about Scatterboo, he's all out. He runs hard. He's reckless. He's like pulling a china shop.
Yep.
So when you play like that, out of control, you don't control the football. So he all over. He trying to
almost
get you
fumbled a couple
out there. And that's where you get the ball punched out. And then this kid, if he holding the ball, now he trying to make a play, he got the ball all over. So that's a...
Man, they know he going to force it to neighbor. Hey, man, you said how much he love him.
Yeah.
That's why he love him, because he could tell him, hey, throw me the rock, Brody. You know what I'm saying? He going to force it to him.
Yeah. I'm excited to see Dart go. I'm excited to see him go. It's a tough matchup out the box. The Chargers are looking great on defense. Disguising things, moving guys around. That is rookies' kryptonite. But I think Gerald made a great point. Dart will allow the offense to open up. It'll give them more to do. Russ, he's a little older.
Right.
I said on this show before I left, Russ is cooked, right? Russ in this offense is just trying to throw deep shots. And he found some success with it, but I think Neighbors has been a little upset. I think Neighbors has been acting out a little bit. And so what I think Dart brings is Dart brings rhythm and timing. I think Dart is going to get some easy completions underneath. Take his deep shots, but every drop back isn't going to be like Russ where he's looking for that deep shot. I think it opens up the offense, some screen game to Neighbors around the line of scrimmage, things like that. And I'm excited to see him go because I think he could be the next gunslinger in this league. He's a big body. He can run a little bit. Dayball is really, really good of scheming things up. He kind of unlocked Josh Allen. And when you look at Jackson Dart and what Scatabo bring, they bring momentum.
Yeah.
They bring juice.
You need it.
And so this might not go in the win column for the Giants, but I think if you go out there, he throws the ball around, gets all the playmakers involved, and then you're handing the ball off to Scatabo, and he's taking a pound of flesh from the defense, I think there's a lot that they can take out of this game from these young guys and going forward. And they need it. They're sitting there at 0-3. They're kind of up a creek with Russ and Jackson. They really wanted Russ to work out longer into the season, but here we are. So I'm excited. Jackson Dart season, he's got that swag. He's got that moxie we talk about. He's got the chains going. I think it's going to be a real good opportunity.
That's a gift and a curse, right?
Hold on, I got a quick question, though. With a new quarterback, it's fresh. You don't know him.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? So because you don't know him, wouldn't he have a little bit more success?
Yeah, and that's why when rookies have a lot of success, I don't crown them right away. Because you don't know who this person is. It doesn't matter, because it's like, well, we know what he did last week, and we know but now you got 17 weeks of this guy playing for the defense. I mean, these coaches to diagnose and break down. Well, you don't know what Jackson is. So that's what I'm saying. He might get some stuff off just the unknown. But this is a question I wanted to ask, because Aqib, you said something. You talked about Malik Neighbors. Oh, yeah, that's my guy, because I know he's going to give me the ball. They asked Malik Neighbors earlier this week, like, what does the change mean? And his response was, they're finding ways to get number one the ball by any means.
Yes.
He's making this about him. So what happens when this youngin get in there and he not getting you the ball?
Exactly.
Right.
And to that point, shit, I felt like Russ was getting you the ball. He threw you 5 deep balls a game. Like, what you want?
Yeah.
I felt like Russ did a great job giving you the ball. So he's just a classic wideout, man. You know, if it ain't top notch, then they got a problem with it. You know what I'm saying? So he throws Neighbors the ball to get picked off. You gonna see Neighbors. You gonna see what he do. That's what they do. So
Okay, so do you not sign off on the vets in that locker room signing off on Jackson Dart?
man, I've been in a lot of locker rooms. I ain't never signed off on, and I've never been asked, do we want this quarterback to play? Hey, we just players, bro. It look good from the outside. They not asking us shit. They the ones pay the bills. They write the checks. They make all the decisions. We might grunt when you do something, but they don't give a damn what we.
They
what
don't.
They don't care. This ain't basketball, bro. Hey.
Y'all ain't got no pool. Oh, y'all ain't got no pool.
You know what the players in our league have? So this is what the locker room do. They'll say, man, you know, we got this and this. Won't nobody say nothing. They'll be like, Aqib, man, you think you want to go say something? That's the only power we got. We have the power to go upstairs and the coach will listen, like he'll hear us out. But they don't care how we feel. That's why I said there's coach's guy and there's a player's guy. They've been wanting Jackson Dart to be. You could tell by the energy they was giving.
Okay,
Russ,
so there's the power of body language.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we do. We got body language.
All right.
And I think that's been lacking for the Giants. I think they've been frustrated a little bit.
Yeah.
I talked to my good buddy, Jermaine Illuminor, right tackle for the Giants. I talked to him yesterday. Cautiously optimistic, right? They don't know. It's kind of an unknown with Jackson Dart, but he is excited about what he brings. He's excited about that energy, that fire, you know, kind of opposite of what Russ brings. Russ is calculated, he's smart,
right?
He's a vet, right? But this kid coming in, he's got some fire. So I think that
he's gonna try to make it happen, right?
Right. I think that it's gonna raise the level of play of everybody on that team because it's like, all right, we were frustrated, we got what we wanted. Now we all got to make this work. And if I was them, I would feed Neighbors early and often.
You know who was fired up about him trying to make it happen? Jesse Minter. Try to make it happen. We're going to show you man coverage, and we're going to drop in this zone. It's going to be pickings, easy pickings.
But do the quarterback have pull then?
Quarterback ain't got no damn pull. Unless you time, you got to win something to get pull in this league.
What pull he got?
Jackson Dart don't have no pull.
I can give the coach
and
a look.
It ain't always the quarterback. It might be the guy. Like, I seen y'all talking about Andy Reid and Travis Kelce. Like, that's pull. Like, I could yell at Andy Reid and it ain't nothing. Let somebody else do that.
Oh yeah, that's y'all.
Let somebody else do that.
This is a different game.
I'm getting your bench.
Nah, man.
It's too many players.
I'm gonna sit here like,
bro.
Ew, come on, man.
Dabo too. Like y'all talk about the players. Dabo, like, hey, I only got a couple more games.
Exactly.
And I need to do something too.
Dayball's one of us. I played for him in Miami. He came over from New England, and he had this big, extensive offense. He had Tom Brady's offense that they curated with McDaniels for 10, 20 years.
Yep.
So when he comes to Miami, he's one of us, right? Like, he wants to hear that real talk. Like, he wants to hear, he comes up to us in the run game. What do you guys like? What don't you like? What should I run? And then you go out on the field and boom, 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 you're running that. So I think Dayball enables the players to have ownership of the game plan because all week he's going to be like, Jackson, what do you like? What are your go-tos? And that's what I'm excited to see because I think it's just two different dynamics between Russ and Jackson Dart. I think Jackson, you rally behind. Russ, you're kind of behind him, but there's that feeling of, you know, is he cooked? Is he going to give us what we need? So that's really what I'm excited about, to see Dayball and Jackson Dart work together, curate this offense, feed Neighbors, short screens, over the middle, give them a chance to build momentum and get this thing going.
Well, you gotta get a kid confidence. And how do you do that? Early completions. Like, depend on the players. Don't depend on Jackson Dart to go do it. Depend on your weapons around you and your teammates.
Right.
So like you said, you get some early screens, get Scatterboo out and, you know, let him go out the backfield, drop it off to him. Let him energize the crowd. Now it's like, he energizing the crowd. They're like, oh, look at what Jackson Dart's doing. No, this dude just ran for 30 yards, and they said Jackson Dart just did. Let Malik Neighbors catch a short pass and let him get in the open field and do his thing.
Yeah.
That's how you start. And then what happens? You electrify the crowd. Now the crowd is behind this kid. Now what happens if we do his own read? He pull it. Now he go for a good 15-yard run. Now we like, all right, we got something rolling.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you go score early or get a good drive early and get points, And then the other side, your saving grace is your defensive line.
Yeah.
They go get a sack and get off the field on third down. Now you got electricity through the arena.
Yeah.
The problem is what happens when that other guy, Justin Herbert, who's playing at an elite level right now, when he starts scoring. Now it's like, all right.
You get down 10-0 early if you want.
Yeah.
Get down 10-0, man.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a bad time.
Okay, so
Jackson
for
Dart.
the record, bottom line to this discussion is Russell Wilson has never been beloved in any locker room he's ever been in.
No.
He's been respected, but not beloved because he's never been one of the guys like Jackson Dart can start to become one of the guys, like Tom Brady was always one of the guys. Russ was more of a solo act. Then he's got the celebrity wife, and he's sort of detached from the team and above the team. And trust me, if you talk to the Seahawks back in the day, I know a bunch of them, that thing started to fray and fracture around Russell Wilson because Pete Carroll loved Russell Wilson to a fault. And we get down to that play on the goal line against Tom Brady and company. And that's where it all started to fall apart, was around Russ, because the team was pro def. The defense was the Legion of Boom, and it carried the football team. And they didn't love Russ, and Pete Carroll, on the play that changed the entire history of that franchise, decided to put the ball in Russ's hands instead of the you-know-whose hands.
Yeah. Well,
that would have been for the second Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, we already got one chip. We back at another chip. You don't do that kind of shit without a quarterback.
No, you
know what I'm
did.
saying?
You
So-
destroyed
but you
Peyton
also
Manning.
gotta
I
remember
pulled up
defense.
on. I went to Seattle before with Peyton, and Peyton gave that haunted defense like 27 points.
Okay, well, you did it in the
But
Super Bowl.
and we lost
okay?
the game because Russ was out there fucking cooking us.
Okay,
you know what I'm
You
saying?
also understand that same Super Bowl that they went to, Russ threw 5 picks in the NFC Championship, and their defense kept them in the game.
Yeah, so it's both sides. Russell personality might not be a fan favorite personality, but I guarantee you, Sherm and Marshawn them, they used to be like, hey, they used to feel good about going to the game with Russ as their starting quarterback. I guarantee you they did.
Yeah, I'm sure they did.
I guarantee
I'm
you
sure
they
they
did.
did. But how many players have we seen come to Russ's defense?
That's-
And all this stuff
Is what it is.
That
Right.
You got guys like
that-
Pete Carroll coming to his defense.
like that.
Well, that was
you
me.
gotta-
That's
but you
coach.
gotta-
Hey, that's coach.
That means a lot.
The
And you gotta-
coaches guy,
Nah,
the
that's a-
players guy. That's what I'm saying. But you got to understand, like, when you're working together for one common goal, like you said, they're happy they have, okay, we got a quarterback. All we need him to do is just do the little bit that he does. But we understand it starts with that guy that's getting the handoff in beast mode and our defense.
Hey,
You don't trick this game off, but they come together for one. You can put all that other stuff aside for one common goal. But now that we not your teammate no more, and people start saying this stuff, I ain't because I know what they say
Exactly.
is real.
And we have hold on, we got a question from the chat.
Okay.
The question is, do you have OnlyFans? They seeing a lot of thigh right now. They don't know what you selling in this arena right now. I would just be out there. It was like if you got OnlyFans, the ladies want to know.
They just drop your link. You feel me?
They said you can turn into Red Hulk all you want.
Make a couple thousand today. You feel me?
All right, let's go ahead and move on, ladies. I'm sorry, I tried to ask.
I'm happily
All
married,
right,
lady.
okay, happily married. Big thighs is married. All right.
Hey, Kenzie, hey, you better hurry up and get your ass back, Kenzie. You better hurry up and get your ass back, Kenzie. I'm telling you that.
All right, I've been seeing a lot of you guys go back and forth about Tom Brady. He's finally spoken up. He dropped a statement on being both an owner and a broadcaster. Here it is. I love football. At its core, it is a game of principle. And with all the success it has given me, I feel I have a moral and ethical duty to the sport, which is why the point where my roles intersect is not actually a point of conflict, despite what the paranoid and distrustful might believe. So, Gerald, start with you. Brady says it's no conflict. Are you still calling BS, or are you buying this chat GPT story?
I never thought it was a conflict. I don't. see no issue with what he's doing. A lot of people like, oh well, you can't call the games and you can't be, man, that stuff is completely different. It's completely separate. And like Aqib said, they're not getting that much info out of this anyway. I don't see the conflict from the beginning. So I believe what he's saying. Man. He's doing his job over here and he's doing his job over here. They can be completely different because he's calling the games for these two teams. It is Aqib. I'm going to let you get into what it takes to call a game and all that goes into it, but I went to the broadcast boot camp and they let you do every facet of being in the media. And what goes into calling the game is a lot. Knowing the players, knowing you got to have a semblance of almost like an encyclopedia on these two teams when you calling the game. Mm-hmm. So I don't have time to be worried so much about, well, let me keep all this info for them and then pass it along to them. So this and that. The Raiders got way too much problems on their own to worry about. That he got to be. That's two different. They're not going to. That honestly, I don't even think they go hand in hand. Like, it's not enough to where we can gain an edge because I heard this and that. That's like, nah. I believe what he's saying.
Right.
I believe he's telling the truth. They're two different things, and I don't even believe they intersect. That's just me.
And it's a way they could probably intersect if the Raiders had an opponent and Tom was calling that game the week before, mm-hmm. and Tom could go to practice. Like, see, he's so smart. He can go to practice and really watch how y'all trying to attack. He could watch the blocking schemes. He could watch that stuff, take mental notes, take notes on his phone. But he can't do that. Yeah. You're not letting them go physically watch practice and not letting them do that. When you interview with them, you're not going to give them no information. They didn't give me no information. They didn't give Gus no information. It just, we train. That's part of our training. We train football. We train with the media. We know what to do with the media. So, man, it's no conflict of interest. I think Tom put this statement out for Skip. he called him paranoid and distrustful. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You Skip. It was a direct shot at Skip.
We talk about flipping Skip. You've been rocking with Tom for a lot of years.
It was a direct shot. I know. And Tom know that too. Tom feels some type of way.
He was his guy, Skip.
He called him the paranoid and the distrustful.
I am about to respond to both of you, but I want to hear this man first.
Before you go, Richie, I do want to say this that a lot of people don't know. Like, teams send out scouts too. Like, we had, like, Shelton Quarles, he used to go, man, we knew we were playing a team the next week. He would go to their game the week before and sit in the crowd. He would sit and watch. He's watching everything they doing and all. And then they put the game plan together. So teams also have that. I just wanted to throw that out.
And also, teams also got, how you watch your film, Gil? NFL, you got the NFL app?
I got all of it now.
Hey, you get the NFL app. You can watch you can watch any team games all the way back to 2009. You know what I'm saying? So when Tom, if he's gonna give his opinion on what the Raiders should do against this opponent, he gonna go watch that shit himself and see a similar style offense. Mm-hmm. This how they gonna block this kind of play. This how they gonna try to stop. He's gonna go do the homework himself. You know what I'm saying? He don't need to actually be there. So
wait, hold on. Okay, before y'all go, he's the owner, right?
Right.
Don't the coaches and that staff got their own goddamn job to do?
Yeah.
Then why does he need to be involved in scouting report? He's the owner.
I mean, it's just, it's like
Michael Jordan. But I'm sure when Jordan was the owner,
hey, listen, did Jordan never get no input?
Hell no.
I seen Jordan slap one of y'all in the head one day.
He slapped everybody across the head.
Why he slapped?
That was at the gambling table.
Hey, why you taking that damn shot? Don't take that. Bring it around. That was his input. Why he slapping
Jordan
nobody?
picked every player.
Huh?
He picked every play.
Then we see how that worked out.
So he had some input.
But I mean, he wasn't an owner though. He was more of a player trying to be an owner.
Tom is an owner.
If I'm an owner, listen, I'm an owner, man. I got money to make. I ain't got time to be sitting there.
You want to win too now. That's why you're owner.
I mean, what you paying him? What you paying him for if you're doing all the scouting report?
But Tom loved the game too, so.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that's what resonated with me the most, the moral and ethical duty he has to give back to the game, because I think all three of us feel that way. Like, we're here talking ball. We love ball. I love talking ball with fans. I love talking ball with people from different teams.
Right.
And I felt that moral and ethical duty later on in my career to support these young guys, Gerald, you got to see it a little bit. You came in the locker room in Las Vegas. I had been there since 2019 with young bucks like Max Crosby, Josh Jacobs, Colton Miller. You know, I feel like I had a hand in helping these guys develop and getting these guys going, right? Like, that's my duty to give back to them. So I get where he's saying that. I find it really interesting that this is coming up because Tom called the game in Chicago last weekend, Chicago-Dallas. Raiders are playing Chicago Bears this weekend. So it's really interesting because last year the NFL put so many rules around Tom, right? It was his first year in the booth. It was first year as an owner. They had all these rules around Tom, and then after the season, Goodell comes out and says, Tom went above and beyond. Tom did everything right. So now we're going to roll back some of those restrictions. I believe Tom and everything he said. I like how he went on the offensive. But that picture of him in the booth with the headset on Monday Night Football, that was a clear conflict of interest. I mean, Tom Brady is so smart, and he's scouting these teams. They had to roll back some of those things, right? He can only do virtual meetings. He's not allowed in the building, stuff like that. So I think there's a real fine line here right now that he's towing. And when this came out, him being the owner and him having this big TV job, it raised flags in my head. Like, how is he going to be able to do both? So really interesting that it's kind of coming to a head this weekend. He called the game last weekend. They're playing the Bears. The Raiders are in no position to take any information and put that towards wins. But I think the optics of him up in the booth were really bad. And I really think that all this criticism is kind of warranted now. Like, what are we doing here?
All right, so before Skip go on this Tom Brady rant.
Wait, are you trying to kill the clock?
No.
Skip go on this time.
We ain't gonna let him star you off,
What
Skip.
advantages could Tom Brady gain by being in that booth with a headset on? I just want to know.
Well, I mean, you know, you're getting his perspective on the team, right? Like, you can download all the information. He's having conversations with other staff members, coaches, stuff like that, and he's very, very involved. If you're sitting in the booth with a headset on, like, you're in there day to day. But
what could he tell the Raiders about the Bears with their headset on in there?
Right.
What information can he give them that will give them a clear advantage?
When he was going to practices, he could see who's injured. He could see.
He can't go to practices.
Not anymore, right?
Right.
He's restricted. But if you do let Tom Brady in the building, I have a good question for you guys. If Bill Belichick was still coaching in the NFL, and Tom was in the booth, do you think Belichick would let Brady in? Do you think Belichick would let him? But that's
the point. The NFL know how he can gain a clear advantage by actually being at your facility, seeing all the stuff that you don't let out. So they don't let him go to the facility.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. So once they cut that out, there's no advantage to be had right there. That's my whole point.
I'm going to let Skip. I have an answer for you. I'm going to let Skip get his rant out, but then.
Why gotta be a rant? Wait a minute. We're not gonna keep doing this to Skip.
You want me calling something?
This ain't no rant. This is great ass information.
Well, let's hear it.
All right, Skip. We're not just gonna do this to the Skip around here. This is great. Give it to him, Skip.
We gonna give it a time.
Give it to him, Skip.
I am tired of listening to a bunch of ex-players and Tom Brady.
Not a rant.
I have defended Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr. as the GOAT for years and years and years. I defended him against Joe Montana, and I defended him against Patrick Mahomes, and I'll defend him to my death on the football field, but he no longer plays football. He doesn't deserve a lifetime GOAT pass from any criticism after he leaves the football field, to the point of trying to treat us like a bunch of gullible fools with all this sanctimonious, I'm just going to say the word, bullshit that's in this post of his, sanctimonious hypocrisy from Tom Brady, because he's flaunting and taunting his goatness. He wants his cake and eat it too. And when he sat up there with the headset on, he knew exactly what he was doing. It was a big FU to the league and to the network I used to work for, Fox. And Fox is running so scared right now. I feel sorry for them because I've never seen this before. During Brady's telecast, as he's commentating on a game, every other commercial is a Tom Brady commercial. You guys have seen them. They're trying to say, look how smart he is. Look how great he is. He's really not that bad as a broadcaster, is he, people? I've never seen. Do you think they run ads for Tony Romo during a CBS telecast that he's calling a game on? No way.
He ain't Brady.
Okay. Yeah, well, Brady is Brady, and Brady doesn't need anybody to defend him as a commentator, does he? Oh, maybe he does. That's what Fox thinks. So let me just quickly break down these points in this, because it just makes me want to puke. So he says...
Could get a puke bag, please.
Okay.
Just in case.
A puke bag. He says...
Oh, no.
Thank you. I feel I have a moral and ethical duty to the sport. Where my roles intersect is not actually a point of conflict, despite what the paranoid and distrustful might believe. See me. I continue. He says, rather, it's the place from which my ethical duty emerges to grow, evolve, and improve the game that has given me everything. What a bunch of phony baloney. This is a money play and a power play on the part of Tom Brady. He wants cake and eat it too. He wants to own 5% of the Raiders. That's worth $400 million. And he wants to collect $375 million to be a broadcaster for Fox. And I'm going to read a couple of quick quotes before I get into the real guts of this. Ooh. This is from Diana Rossini. She's anonymously quoting first a rival front office exec who says, I'm confused. What does he want to do? Owners own, coaches coach, players play, broadcasters broadcast. You can't do it all. Not in this case. You cannot do it all because you're too restricted as a broadcaster if you're an owner. Because the point you guys miss is that if you're an owner sitting in the broadcast booth, you are restricted from saying anything negative about anything that's happening on the football field. I don't want scathing commentary from Tom Brady. I just want objective. I want to be able to trust that the man in charge of putting this game in perspective has the ability, has not both hands tied behind his back, maybe one hand as he tries to make it nice for the NFL, but one hand free to say, that was a terrible pass, or the ref really blew that call. Brady can't criticize anybody, or he can get fined as an owner of the Las Vegas Raiders. Here's the other quote from Diana Rossini. This is from an NFL owner, anonymously, but I believe it. He says, they're getting an unfair advantage whether they capitalize it on or not. You don't think he's getting info from the crew that is allowed at practice? Of course he is. Okay, so here's my point, and I made it to you, but I haven't made it to you too. There's a bond of trust in those meetings, and you obviously didn't experience it or capitalize it, but the big guys, the Romos and the Bradys, who were superstar quarterbacks, in these meetings, there's an unspoken, unwritten sort of rule that if you'll feed me the skinny, what's going on? What do you really think about this, coach or quarterback? What's really going on here? I'll protect you in the booth, but I need to know what you really think about what's happening. And there's a little bit of insurance that you buy a little bit as the quarterback on the team about to play, where you say, Tom, let me tell you what's really going on, hoping that Tom will be nice to you in the booth, that he'll put you in the correct perspective, but that he needs to know that you don't love the plays called, that Tom needs to know from the coach that we love this kid, but we don't love this kid, and he's got a lot to show us. And Tom could put that in perspective. And I love that because I'm constantly hearing Romo say, they think this kid needs to step up. Well, he obviously is getting that from maybe coordinators or the head coach. Maybe he got it at practice. And I've told you, I went to practice with John Madden and Pat Summerall a number of times, and I was astounded by how player after player, coach after coach would come over to them and spill to them because that's how you play the game off the field. So Brady can't play that game because they don't trust him. Talk about distrust. They don't trust Tom. And here's an owner and a rival executive who don't trust him because he's either going to get unfair advantage from his crew on the practice field, or in the long run, he's going to short his viewers because he can't really, he doesn't have the opportunities, he doesn't have the access that every other broadcaster has. So I'm sorry, if he really wanted to be the GOAT broadcaster, if you really wanted to do it, there's no way you own the Raiders yet. You wait. You wait until your 10 years are up or however many. You got lots of life yet. You're still a relatively young man, but you can't do both at once unless you want to say F you to everybody. I'm the GOAT. I can do whatever I want.
I think that's what he's doing right now.
Thank you.
A couple questions. Your problem with what he's doing is that he can't do it to his full capacity,
No.
or he can't do it like it's supposed to be done?
He can't do it like Tony Romo does.
Okay. I'm glad you said that. Okay. Gil, are Magic Johnson and Steph Curry both legendary top 5 point guards?
Yes.
Are their games the same?
No.
But they're both playing basketball as a point guard at a high level. They're just doing it completely different. So what is the problem, Skip, with Tom Brady doing it like Brady versus how Romo does it? He might not criticize this, but his superpower, you said for years, is this. He has a microprocessor.
Yeah.
Now that goes back to you and you.
Okay, but you
Brady,
know what?
but
I'm glad you brought that up. A lot of players, and I've worked with hundreds of ex-players for many years. Some can see it, some can't. I'm not just saying this for your benefit,
Right.
but all three of you can actually see it and say it. You especially. You have a great feel and eye for what's really happening. I've dealt with other star cornerbacks who just can't. They just play. They played with instincts or God's gift or whatever it was. And Brady, either he can't say it, he's not capable of saying it, or he just is restricted from saying it because this. You say you love him as a broadcaster. I can't listen to him. He is Captain Obvious. He is vanilla extract. He is lame. It's unlistenable to me. I'm like, come on, where's Brady? Where's the guy behind closed doors? Because
you know why? You know why, Skip? It's because
Skip know why.
yeah, but it's the same way as if you're watching. We're new in the media. New. You've been doing this for years. I could watch basketball and try and break it down. I can't do it like Gil can. Brady, and this is to answer what you guys were saying. You were saying, what's his advantage? You were saying, what's Brady? He's Tom Brady up here. His mind, it doesn't matter. I can see defensive line play, and I can say, hey, dog, how did you not see that? And I can say this, and this. And they're going to say, well, gee, that's you. That's how you. Tom Brady can't be a microprocessor with the world watching. He has to talk as if 5-year-olds are watching.
No, I understand.
He has to be vanilla and simple. If you talk to Tom Brady personally, he'll break it down to a point to where I guarantee only him and Peyton Manning can have this conversation. He can't do that on a TV broadcast because the game, okay, if he tries to do that, like I think Tony Romo's Captain Obvious. I think, well, this is what he think he's supposed to be.
That's what I told Skip.
The game is going like this. So one play, he's got, was the play clock, 35 seconds. So he got this much time to tell you what just happened and what might happen. And it's happening like this. Tom Brady's mind, he said, I never snapped the ball unless I knew where I was going with it.
Absolutely.
His mind and how it works is not, he can't give you that Tom Brady that you loved on the field. He can't give you that in the booth. So he can still do it, but because he's doing it different than Romo doesn't mean it's wrong.
Right.
Steph changed basketball because he came in basketball and did it his way. Now, look at how basketball is. It's completely different because Steph said, I'm going to do it like this. That doesn't make it wrong.
So
Magic Johnson did it like this. Steph does it like they're both great.
So Skip feel like
He got a problem with how he's doing
if
it.
you don't get this inside information, you suck at being a commentator.
Right,
that's how Skip feel, right?
No, that is the
Right?
truth. But that's the truth. When you're talking about being an elite expert at what you do,
Right.
which is quarterback,
Right.
he don't have the same personality as a Cam Newton.
No.
Right? He's vanilla. He has been
But let me ask you
trained
this. So-
to protect his image.
So when Chris Collinsworth is calling Thursday night or whatever night he
Sunday
called,
night, yep.
and Romo was on CBS calling game. You at the edge of your seat, Skip, like, video up blasting. I can't wait to hear what Romo said. That's how you watch the game, Skip?
No. Romo's going to tell you they're going to feature the tight end today. Watch, Kelsey's going to catch 8 balls today. Watch this, because he's got the inside.
And that makes the game just so...
Tony Romo has flavor to him. Tom's got no flavor.
Tony Romo got flavor?
He gets excited about it. Yeah,
Oh, shoot.
Hey, Tom's
but
like
that has nothing to do about the inside information. That's just the personality.
So you believe in your heart of hearts. You're your heart of hearts.
That's your personality.
Forget the inside information. You in your heart of hearts believe Tony Romo can break a game down better than Tom Brady?
On TV, he can.
Because that's his personality.
Yeah.
But that means that's the personality. Has nothing to do with the conflict.
What's the conflict of interest in there?
Tony Romo's not an owner. His 2 hands aren't tied behind his back because Tom Brady can't criticize a thing that happens on the football field, or he gets fined and he'll get a memo from the league.
He can diagnose the game, though.
Did he do that when he played?
Do which?
Hell yeah, he did.
He did that in interviews?
Oh, no.
Criticize? No, of course not. He don't do that. Have you listened to Jordan interviews? Vanilla.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Very.
Like
no,
but because the person you know off when the camera is on, that person doesn't show up when them Bills is time to be played.
Okay, but Michael Jordan, I covered him in Chicago. When it was time during the playoffs and Dennis Rodman was acting up, Michael would just say to the media, "We are not going to put up with any more bullshit from Dennis Rodman." That's a quote unquote during the playoff run in '98 from Michael Jordan. Okay, so when it was time to step up and send a message, he would do it. Tom would never send a message through the media. That was Bill. Yeah,
that's what Bill was for.
I think this is the real conflict of interest, right? Tom is greatest of all time. Super smart, super cerebral, right?
No doubt.
But at Fox, he is downloading scouting reports, information. He has all of Fox behind him, feeding him information, right?
Like what? It's this information, though.
But it's all this information that he would not have.
Like what?
When he's an owner.
Like what?
Injuries week to week.
Bro, we know the injuries. We can get that on Google.
Okay,
but I think he's
we know who's playing for the Bucks right now.
Real quick
he's
question.
insulated as an owner.
Madden updates you all the time.
He has to come up with all that information.
I promise I'm going to let you go.
He's
real quick
getting
question.
force-fed all this information.
I just got a real quick question. We've all invested in things. We've all tried to promote and put things out, right? How much did you say Tom was getting from Fox?
$375.
$375 million. And you said, well, they putting out Tom Brady commercials. They want to make us believe.
Hell yeah.
They're giving him $375 million.
Yeah.
If we give one person that much money, it's like when you pay these quarterbacks and these max players in the NBA. We're going to give you everything necessary. I remember when they was giving Kawhi a hard time. Oh, they let him live in San Diego, and they wait for the plane and wait for this and this. It's Kawhi Leonard. This is Tom Brady at Fox that most people, as we all have watched him, nobody when Tom was done was saying, Tom would be a great commentator. Nobody thought that. But then all of a sudden,
I don't know.
Tom's going to be a commentator, and he's making all of this money. If you pay a person all that money, you're going to make sure they have everything necessary to do his job. We're going to promote the heck out of him because this is, at the end of the day, he's Tom Brady. He don't need the 375. We're giving him that. No. We're still Fox, and we want our product to look the best. So if he's our guy, we're going to put him on every commercial, and we're going to overload y'all with Tom freaking Brady because it's our investment.
And he looks better than Romo.
Okay.
That's perfectly fine, but I'm still trying to hear the conflict of interest. So he's getting the injuries. I could find the injury chat GPT right now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So what is this inside information that
you're telling me you must love the fact that he can't criticize. As a player, is
he
that
called
what
the
you
game
want?
different. I don't hear Romo criticize that much. I heard Romo say, right here I would do this. That was wrong. Right here I would do this. I was wrong.
Listen,
he called the game totally different, but to me, it's all vanilla. Collinsworth, Romo, Tom, it's all vanilla, bro. That's what it's for. You know what I'm saying?
I'm going to say something just from the outside looking in. He's Tom Brady, right?
Yes.
All this processing he does, all the information he gets. Who the fuck is he giving it to?
Gino? Is he gonna process the shit
That's what
in
I'm
his
saying.
brain?
What is this information?
I don't care how much information that man gets. He can't translate it to that sorry ass team.
What are you gonna tell the Raiders?
Suck.
Hey, this guy's gonna play this week.
What made
we knew this nigga was gonna play, bro.
Okay, they give him info. What made Tom is he could take that info, microprocess, and I'm picking y'all apart only the way I can process it.
Right.
I see D-line play defenses and O-line stuff. Richie could do stuff that I can see he's about to do.
Joe
but
Buck.
I can deal with that because I see it.
Yep.
Is
I
that
can
his
tell
counterpart?
another D tackle, hey, look at this, and he can't do it. So Tom, he could tell Gino all day this is what's going to happen. He can't do what Tom does. Like it doesn't. Like he can. All he can do is try to give you tips.
Richie, please continue to tell me this information that he's getting.
Yes, I will. So you help make my point for me. They're giving him $375 million, right?
Right.
He has the entire backing of Fox.
Right.
They are feeding him stats, right? They're trying to make him better, right? You're not going to tell me that the greatest player of all time doesn't have a competitive advantage because he has an entire network behind him?
Yeah.
If he was the co-owner and he was living in Las Vegas, right? He doesn't have Fox force feeding him all this information. Now, he's probably going to be able to put it together and see the injuries and do all this. But I am saying that he is gaining a competitive advantage
I still didn't hear it.
somewhere along the way.
I still ain't hear this information.
Just based on all the knowledge Fox is giving him, right?
Like, what are they giving him?
But then the optics are, he's an owner, and listen, the Raiders are near and dear to my heart. They're playing like shit, and it's really tough. That team, that city, those fans,
It's bugging me
they
too,
deserve
Richie.
a winner.
Yes, they do.
They deserve a winner. But I'm saying that there is a competitive advantage to giving him that much information.
What is this information?
There is a
Richie?
conflict of interest.
What is it?
And then you see
What is the information,
in the
Gil?
booth with a headset on. Is
Give
that
me the
that's
information.
what
Richie,
screams
you relaying the
conflict?
information that he just got.
Right.
I played you. I know you can diagnose the defense and boom, boom, boom. Hey, we ain't doing that. No, the protections, we going here
But
because
I'm doing that studying week to week. I don't have an entire organization backing
I
me.
get that. But the point I'm
but
saying is,
again-
Richie, if I give it to you
Yep.
and you have this info, you can say, we're not doing that because you can diagnose and break down and understand that's not really what they doing. They doing this.
Right.
I can give that same info to another offensive lineman, and he can't do that.
To Zach
Right.
Martin.
So I can give it to Tom Brady, and then he gives it to Gino, and it's like Tom is telling him this. It's like it's very simple to Tom because his mind and how. But I give it to them. It's like,
But we get
why
that.
are they not?
We get that, G. We get that, right? But what is this information that Fox is giving Tom that he's giving to the Raiders? What is it?
Whatever it is, they're 1-2.
Bro, like, bro, I don't see what this info is.
I got a question for Skip on this one. Does Brady make it through that entire 10-year contract with Fox? Because I will say this, where there's smoke, there's fire. You have the NFL super restrictive. Now, okay, we're going to let Tom do whatever he wants. Now the photo of him in the booth comes, and now they're restricting him. I want to say I don't think the league lets him finish that contract with Fox. I think that they're going to make it so uncomfortable for him that he's going to have to pick a side. Do I want to be owner of the Raiders and be there day to day and help make decisions and help hire coaches? Because that's what he's doing in Vegas. You know, Mr. Davis brought him in to be a sounding board.
Right.
And to make good decisions and, you know, to have these conversations, right? So he's having all these conversations. I'm just saying that there is a little competitive advantage there and that there is a conflict of interest and that I can see it
still don't see it.
being difficult. Skip, what do you think about that?
I don't think it'll last for 10 years. And I'm going to pile on to this I brought this up to you once before. On the Monday that we saw him up in the booth on Monday night, it was announced that Tom Brady was overseeing a new flag football competition in Saudi Arabia, which forced the NFL to respond, not our deal. You know, we're not involved in this. That's all Tom. I don't think the NFL loved that. He's bigfooting right and left. He's flaunting and taunting. And at some point, these are powerful entities, the NFL and Fox. At some point, one side or the other is just going to say no because whether Tom thinks so or not, they're bigger than Tom Brady in the long haul. They just are.
Even if it don't last, I don't see.
No, just to go on Skip's point, like These guys call the shots.
Right.
Tom is an employee. He's part owner, but them collectively are going to make it. They put him in the box the first year. They let him out of the box, and we're we're going into week 4, and they already put him back in the box. I think that the league and other owners, as Skip quoted, perceive this as a huge conflict of interest.
Okay.
And now the information that he's getting, right? There's a lot of shit. Right?
All right, so right now,
it's all public.
We got to move on.
Okay, I got one last point. I will disqualify myself on this one. You know how much I love me Shedeur Sanders because I love Deion Sanders. I'm still angry at Brady because the Raiders passed on Shedeur 7 times before he was taken by the Cleveland Browns. And silly me, I really believed that Tom, as did Deion and Shedeur, was the mentor for Shedeur all through high school, that Tom went out of his way to teach this kid the right way to play that position. And so I thought round 4, come on, Ray, Tom, tell him, you got to go now, right? Well, clearly Tom told them no on Shedeur, and I'm still angry about it. I'm sorry, because he is actively involved, and they have said he's a great asset to have, and they're relying on a lot of his suggestions, to your points. We can't see it on the field. It's not having an impact on the field yet because Geno ain't Tom. That's your point and my point. But in the long run, they are listening to Tom. He's having impact on the philosophy and direction of that franchise that did not include Shedeur. That's just me.
Listen, I think this side won. I'm just to be honest.
What the chat think?
Huh?
Did we ask the chat?
Chat.
No. But what I'm saying is
One,
this:
chat.
just like a Michael Jordan, what makes you great is you on that field.
That is true.
Everyone is pretending that Tom is getting his information and he's going out there playing the game himself. It doesn't translate like that, just like it didn't for Jordan and his draft picks, right? It just doesn't work that way, right? The information he gets is for him, cool. To be a better announcer, cool. But Tom is not playing to dissect all this information, right? So it's useless, right? If you're that stupid to give him something that's going to stop you, that's your problem. But I personally, as a player, I didn't care if your whole scouting team was in there scouting me.
Didn't matter.
It didn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Right? If you scouted Tom, it doesn't stop him from
matter.
being him. But he is not on that field to take advantage of what information he's getting. So we're going to move on and listen. Hey, you motherfuckers talk a lot. I'm going to just be honest, man. We on 2, this an hour done went by. We done went to 2 goddamn things. They telling me move on.
Next
time you put a red light around here so it's blink, 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 blink.
You got to cut us off, Gil. You got to do your job, baby.
Right?
Hey,
No, I can do, listen,
what
I can
did
do,
it say? You got to pilot this thing.
huh?
You got to
You
pilot
play football,
this
right?
thing.
Yes, sir.
Have you gotten in a fight?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We know.
What?
You know,
Has he got in a fight? Wait,
Hold up. Hey, listen, I'm the church guy. So I'm the church guy. So asking me, yeah, you can ask me. There's no need.
All right. So look.
Richie.
Hey, so,
Rich. Hey,
listen. So I
got to get down.
Hey, listen, yeah. So y'all get down, and we done seen him say, "Put your glasses back on."
Put your glasses back on.
Which he means he was not scared. So I'm just gonna let you talk. I'm gonna let you talk. I'm gonna let you do your thing, no matter what they say over there.
Yeah.
So we got some good games this weekend. Let's start with the Eagles-Bucks down in Tampa, a place Philly has struggled in.
It's time. No
And
more
look,
running.
them Birds is coming off a miracle comeback win. Let's just erase that part.
Yeah.
The Eagles got to win
Yeah.
somehow last week. No, we're going to go with Skip. Skip, how do you feel,
I'm going to go last.
or how do you think Baker
y'all
Mayfield Bucks is going to hold up against the Eagles and their 2 lucky?
champs.
No,
Yep.
the Eagles and their 2 lucky wins.
Some 2 lucky wins. One against your Rams. That was some comeback deal. Did you watch it?
Yeah, I watched it.
Oh, sorry.
I had a post ready. I was bragging.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you ain't posted.
I had it all loaded up and getting ready. I had it scheduled and everything. Oh man, he blocked Kit. His big ass get up there anyway. But go Skip.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to win this game. Another late and close game. This will be 28-27 home team, Tampa Bay. because I am not betting against Baker Mayfield in a game of this magnitude and stature against the 3-0 defending champs. Baker Mayfield finally, as Gerald well knows, has a foothold in the National Football League. He finally has a franchise that believes in him and has committed to him and that loves him with heart and soul because he plays with his heart and his soul. And he's 2-1 against Jalen Hurts. He lost the first one, but he's won the last two. And when I look at these numbers, the first was a playoff game after the 23 season, and Baker threw for 337 and 3 touchdowns and no interceptions, and turned right around in week 4 of 2024 and threw for 347 and 2 more touchdowns without an interception, and also had a rush TD. So he has lit up Philadelphia. Tampa has had a long history of having success against Philadelphia, but I'm throwing that out. This is about Baker right here, right now. And all I know is that this guy has the #1 passer rating in postseason games in NFL history. This guy has 12 touchdowns to only 3 interceptions in playoff games, and I consider this a quasi, at this point in the season, this has playoff implications, if you will. It has stature and magnitude because a statement can be made with both teams 3-0. And I'll give you, there's no Mike Evans, and you want to talk about a 6'5" difference maker. Ask Tom about that, right? But Chris Godwin's going to try to give it a go. They can run the football, and I think they will be able to run the football against the Philadelphia Eagles because everybody's been running successfully on the Eagles. So I think that Bucky Irving and Rashard White, I think you're going to see them smash and flash all day long. And I think Baker will make some key throws to Ibuka and maybe to Chris Godwin. I don't know exactly what to expect from him, but I like Baker pulling out another late and close.
Yeah, I'm going to go Tampa. I'm going to go Baker. What I saw last week in him, he was slinging it. He was efficient. There's playmakers all over the field. I really like what they're doing with Bucky Irving, just getting the run game going. Yep. They look really creative, and they're getting some big chunks. With the Eagles, I'm not vibing with Kevin Patullo, the offensive coordinator. And first half of that game last weekend against the Rams, they were getting booed out of the stadium.
They were.
They couldn't establish the run. A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith in the first half, non-existent. They get down in the second half, and all of a sudden the passing game opens up, and they're feeding A.J. the ball. They're feeding Devontae the ball. I don't think that they found their rhythm yet. Running the ball, I think they're struggling at the guard spots. Landon Dickerson's a great player, but he's injured. Steen, the other guard. It just doesn't feel like Philadelphia Eagles football where you just hand it to Saquon and he's going to run for 60 yards. He's making cuts in the backfield. He's not getting the yardage. And the passing game has been abysmal up until this point. We talked about getting Malik Neighbors involved early to build some momentum. I don't understand how you don't get A.J. Brown a slant early in the game and let him just rumble in there and take out your linebacker, your safety, all of that, right? So I think that the Eagles are a little hampered. I think that the Rams exposed that defense a little bit. What you saw with the Eagles defense is they have talent, they have speed, they got into the red zone, and it's really, really hard to score on them, right?
Yeah.
Bend, don't break. But the Rams were impressive. Moving the ball up and down the field, running the ball, throwing the ball. They really did whatever they want. Back to Baker. He's playing his best football. The offensive coordinator down there found what he does best. He's throwing it on time, he's throwing it efficiently, and he's zipping that ball in there. That's how I know Baker has confidence, because he is slinging that thing.
I'm going to ride with the Eagles. I knew it went last.
It's Baker.
I'm going to ride. We know Gerald going to pick the Bucks.
Let me go last.
We know Gerald going to pick the Bucks. I probably should have went last. I'm going to ride with the Eagles because, they the champs. You got to go beat the champs.
Yeah, you do.
It's hard to beat the champs when you handicap. You got your right tackle out.
Yeah.
You might get a guy back. Even if worse do come back, you got to get your feet under you. This ain't just you get in and you right back to full speed. No, this a great Eagles D-line. You're going to have to get them kinks out. You're going to have to work them kinks out against the champs.
I wouldn't say great.
You're going to have to work them kinks out against the champs.
Yeah.
If Godwin do play, he's going to have to work them kinks out against a pretty good defense. And what nobody up here talked about the middle of the pack Bucks defense. That's a middle of the pack defense. In passing, they middle of the pack. Against the run, they middle of the pack. They pretty good against the run. Points per game, they middle of the pack. Like, it's the middle of the pack defense. So, and Richie hit it on the head. The Eagles play how they play. They want to run the football, play defense. If we can't run the ball, guess what we can do? We could transform to a dynamic passing offense. That's what make them so tough to beat, Richie. Is if you could prepare for a team and we know they're going to throw the ball, it's easy. We know they're going to try to pound the ball down our throat, pause. It's easy. You know what I'm saying? When we don't know really how they're going to attack us, when we don't got a gauge on how they really going to attack us, that's what make it a little bit difficult. You make one game plan to stop Saquon, then you can't stop these guys on the outside. The Rams, they seen it firsthand. They load this box, we going to stop Saquon. We think we got it done in the first half, then they come out a totally different team in the second half, and they kill you in the air. You know what I'm saying? So it's a tough team to beat, bro, especially when you got a middle of the pack defense. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, until the Eagles lose a game, they done won like 17, 18 in a row.
Yeah.
I'm not picking against them.
All right, before you go, I mean, are you impressed with the Eagles so far these last 3 games? Like,
What's the Eagles' record?
they're 3-0, but
That's very impressive.
But for a team that's coming back as a champ,
See, that's the thing. That's what makes it so impressive, Gil. When you the champ, right, you got the fucking bullseye on your back, right? Everybody's going to come out and give you their best shot. It's hard to win games like that. It's very hard to win games, period, in the NFL, let alone when you got the bullseye on your back. When the teams, they played the Chiefs. They played the Rams.
On the road.
Like, bro, these are tough games to win.
Yeah.
And they 3-0 right now.
Yeah.
That shit is beautiful. Hey, Gil, it's not about blowouts.
Gil, let him go.
It's not about blowouts in the NFL.
I know that.
We could go week to week, right? Out of 15 games, it's probably like 3, maybe 4 blowouts for the week. Teams don't get blew out in the NFL. Everybody is pretty much on the same level. Teams know how to win games at the end. That's what make you champs.
Oh.
But is it them winning that game?
Hell yeah.
They won against the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Well, why didn't they win against
that
Dallas?
That was
What you mean, why did they win?
CD dropped 4 balls. That's how they won.
Right?
Am I right?
That's what you say.
Hey,
No, I'm just saying, but
to me, they got a turnover, a punch out at the end of the game and flipped the momentum of this motherfucker.
Okay,
that's how I saw it.
And then
I don't know if those 4 catches would have made them win the game. I don't know.
And then them 2 blocks.
They find
Them 2 blocks.
But that's the beauty
Did
of
he get drug tested?
Hey,
you know what? Now I'm mad. Did he
Gil, 3 phases of the game, Gil.
Nah, man.
Look, when you kicking the field goal against the Eagles, they got the 2 most athletic D tackles right here over the guard coming to block it. That's a phase of the game you got to deal with.
Yeah.
You got to deal with that shit. You can't find me another pair of D tackles that look like that. They'll kill anybody in the make. Dude, give them an obstacle course. They'll murder any 2 D tackles you put out there. They'll murder them. Anyone. You got to deal with that, bro. It's 3 phases of the game. That's another part of the game you got to deal with from the champs.
All right. I'll stand down.
Got to go beat them guys.
So everything everybody said is incredible. We know there's injuries on both sides. You got Lane Johnson, don't know if he'll play, but you got Hassan Reddick, who, if he doesn't play, has a personal vendetta that he might want to get back at the Eagles, okay? You got wide receivers that are in for Philadelphia, you know, the weapons. Saquon hasn't been playing at the level he played last year. Don't overreact. He's still Saquon. Baker is facing a quarterback who has exactly what he has. He finds a way at the end of the game.
True.
This game is going to come down to who steals an extra possession and who has the ball last. But you know what nobody said that I think everybody should pay attention to? Sometimes people just have your number. They just got you figured out and you can't figure them out. You remember when Tom went to Tampa? And for some reason, every time they played New Orleans, he just couldn't figure out Dennis Allen.
It was disastrous.
It was just like, what the heck is going on?
At home, they got blown out on Sunday night it was. Yeah.
Here is the X factor that none of y'all mentioned, that the Philly fans and Eagles fans hate for me to keep bringing up. Jalen Hurts is 1-4 versus Todd Bowles. He cannot figure him out. He has to. You said, well, why in the first half didn't they get the ball to these wide receivers? He just, whatever. That was versus the Rams. Go look at Jalen Hurts and how he plays versus everybody else and how he plays against Todd Bowles. He has his number. Y'all laughed at me when I said the biggest threat to the Eagles, not to the NFC to win the Super Bowl. The biggest threat to the Eagles are the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and everybody laughs at me. But nobody laughed when I say that Jalen Hurts is 1-4 versus Todd Bowles, who is the head coach. He cannot figure him out. He cannot figure it. I understand they find a way, but this is about one game. Tom Brady and them lost to the Saints twice the year they won the Super Bowl, got embarrassed, got in the playoffs, figured it out, ended up winning the Super Bowl. This is not a Super Bowl question. This is a Week 4 Bucks versus Eagles question. Jalen Hurts always finds a way, but he struggles. The reality is his saving grace has, when he can't figure it out, has been Saquon Barkley. It hasn't been there. They've been finding a way. Now he has to face a defensive coordinator. When has it been Saquon?
It wasn't Saquon last week.
It ain't been Saquon all year.
Not these 3 games.
It ain't been Saquon all year.
He had to turn to this last week.
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
It ain't been Saquon all year, but he been doing this. He did this versus Todd Bowles, and this is all I'm saying. They're coming to Tampa. That heat is going to play a factor. It is going to play a factor on this team.
The Heat?
The heat.
Yes.
The humidity in Tampa, Florida is it's an extra teammate. But here, he struggles versus Todd Bowles' defenses, how he sends the blitzes at him, how he adjusts the coverage. This is where Jalen Hurts has struggled. His saving grace would have been Saquon Barkley. He had Saquon last year. Now, he didn't have the 2 wide receivers, but he had Saquon.
Yep.
Didn't go his way. I understand he has them. You got injuries on both sides. Chris Godwin might play. Tristan Wirfs might play, or whatever. This is going to come down to Jalen Hurts versus Todd Bowles. That is what this game is going to come down to, because he can't figure him out. And there's nothing wrong with that. Some people just got your number. This is talk. We talked for dang an hour about Tom Brady and how cerebral he is.
Right.
He couldn't figure out Dennis Allen. I don't know why he couldn't figure him out. Jalen Hurts struggles with Todd Bowles' defense.
By the way, Tom figured him out in a playoff game at New Orleans. That's when he finally got him. He got him.
Oh, they tore him up.
And then
Drew Brees,
the Broncos couldn't figure out the Patriots. Patriots just used to tap that ass. I was part of the Patriots. We should just tap that ass.
That is
man.
true. That is
then
true.
just 1 year.
That is true.
Hey.
Yeah.
That's why I said.
2015.
But that's
we
why I
figured
said.
it out. We tapped that ass 2 times, won the shit.
How many times did that happen? Once, right?
Once.
And you said he figured him out one time?
One time.
What did I just say? Jalen Hurts is 1-4.
He's 1-4.
So he already figured it out. That
one time. Listen.
We got it.
I understand all the different aspects. That's what this game is going to come down to, because he just struggles versus Todd Bowles' defense. The middle of the pack and all that. When they were supposed to beat us in the playoffs. It didn't happen.
So, Gil, could I interrupt? I need to talk about Micah Parsons.
Listen, that's what we're about to go to.
Please.
When you're talking about tapping that ass,
listen.
Look directly.
I know. I'm trying to get to it.
Directly at Aqib.
Skip could look at this shit for 2 hours straight.
Hey, Jalen Hurts is 18-1 in his last 19 games, but we're gonna move on.
How many?
Hey,
okay,
he's cooking right now.
I don't know
who did he lose to? Okay.
All right, the game.
One last point. Gerald brings up a great point. He's 1-4 against Todd Bowles. Aqib said they're hard to defend because they run the ball, they throw it outside. Those receivers have been missing for 2.5 games. And Saquon isn't rolling yet. They haven't figured out how to get him going, so I think they're coming in. They're limping a little bit, right?
They're limping.
But they're 3-0. They're 3-0, but they can get got. They can get got because they haven't figured out their identity on offense. They're trying to turn around and hand it to Saquon. Saquon's cutting in the backfield.
Did them receivers get going last week?
For one half.
That's all it takes, Richie.
I know, but I don't have trust in the play caller. I don't have trust in Patullo. I don't think they know they're not firing on all cylinders. They're not the juggernauts on offense that they were at the end of last season.
They look like juggernauts last week.
All right, we're gonna see. I'm going for the Bucks though, because that's one of my teams. I got the Bucks.
I like it.
I got Commanders. Which was the last team.
Pick one team is easy work.
I got the Commanders too, which was the last team.
That's easy work, right, Skip?
Yep. So look, everybody got this game circled.
This is the Skip Bowl.
Yeah, so especially right here on this couch.
And then, hold on real quick. Gerald said Mayfield got everything that Jalen Hurts got. No, the fuck he don't.
Hey, first of all,
Why couldn't he don't? He ain't got no goddamn rings.
Wait.
Where's
I'm
the
talking
rings?
as a player.
Hey, as a player, where's the rings?
That thing that
Where's
he
the
had,
rings?
Jalen Hurts.
He don't got those.
But Jalen Hurts.
That's the one thing that he don't got that Jalen Hurts got.
I'm talking about player.
Gil, let's
when
move
you
on.
look-
Hey,
when you
no.
look-
Wait, hold on. I already
next
started
segment.
the next segment.
Let's start the next
Hey, I
segment.
mean, I already started the next segment already. Y'all not just gonna go backwards.
Put your foot down.
Okay.
Gil. Put your foot down.
I'm not gonna put it down too much because y'all are football players, but I did move on. All right, Michael Parsons going back to Dallas, and you know how it is. Emotions is high, people talking reckless on both sides. But let's get to the topic and dive into this matchup. Skip, does Michael Parsons deserve a tribute video?
I just can't get over the traitor that is sitting across from me with that jersey on.
Y'all know I'm Triple D till I die.
Yeah.
Triple D? That's crazy because Michael Parsons got double D on his shoes right now. That's dead.
I'm glad you asked me. I'm glad you asked that question.
Okay.
Because this is a product of the overhyping and overrating of the Micah Parsons I closely observed over the last 3 years in Dallas. I give you, he flashed all-time great potential as a rookie. He wrecked a couple of games as a rookie, but over the last 3 years, I didn't see much of anything as he lived down and down and down to his projections in Dallas, Texas. I don't miss him at all. I know everybody does, but I don't miss him. And the last thing I want to do is video tribute him. And as Jerry said, this isn't exactly the Emmitt Smith situation. No, Emmitt actually was the driving force of 3 Super Bowl teams. Emmitt Smith left Dallas as the all-time leading rusher. Yeah, if he goes to Arizona to kind of pad his stats a little bit, I didn't love Emmitt going, but if he's coming back, we're going to honor him. We're going to put him on a pedestal because he built the pedestal. But in this case, what did Micah do for Dallas, Texas? What did he do for the Dallas Cowboys? He played in 4 playoff games, and he had 1 sack against Tom Brady at age 45 with 1:29 left in a game they were dominating 31-14 at what was left of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who went 8-9 and kind of stole the division in Tom's last year. So Tom rode into the sunset off a sack by Micah Parsons in a blowout. That's his only playoff sack. And against these Green Bay Packers, Micah played the whole game. It was 27-0 before halftime. I'm ashamed of that. I was humiliated by that, and Micah has to shoulder some blame because he was by far the best player on the defense. So the last thing I want is for somebody in the media, and I've been a longtime media member, to shamefully ask Jerry Jones the question of, are you going to honor Micah with a tribute? Because it's the media member's fault for asking the question. And then it turned into, I can't rip this one, but then in Green Bay, they're thinking, well, gee, if they're talking about it in Dallas, we got to at least ask Micah, do you think you deserve a tribute? And Micah had a great answer. My tribute will be a win. So that's the right thing to say. Micah did say that he still has some animosity toward Jerry because Jerry didn't call him after the trade went down, that he heard it from his agent. Well, Jerry doesn't owe Micah a thing. Owners don't call players after a trade is made. That's just business as usual in the National Football League. So the prospect of a video tribute is just part and parcel of what's detonated over the last 2-3 weeks, where all of a sudden Micah Parsons is some combination of Reggie White, Charles Haley, and Lawrence Taylor. And I didn't see that for the last 3 years in Dallas, but maybe I'm losing my eyesight. I don't know.
I don't think he deserves a video tribute. And that's for champions, you know what I'm saying? That's for guys who set records. That's for guys who got real longevity in your org. So I'll be quick, man. It's a joke. It's a joke to give him a video tribute, you know what I'm saying? I don't think he really cared though. What he cared about is that get back. You know what I'm saying? Jerry might not owe him nothing. But, you drafted me, you say you love me, you bring me to your office, and if you're gonna trade me, bro, the least you could do is, hey, Mike, we're gonna trade you to Green Bay. You know what I'm saying? It's hard for me to do it. Just give him a call as a man. Why you can't just give him a call as a man? And if you don't, if I feel some type of way about it, I could feel some type of way about it.
Yep. I come back to Jerry recently saying, there was nothing personal about this. We made a business decision. We moved on from Micah. I call bullshit.
Right.
Something went down from the time they offered him that contract all the way through training camp. The whole situation just stunk, and it ended with Micah, laying on a training table during a preseason game. You were
After eating nachos.
After eating nachos, even better. But this is supposed to be your team leader. This is your defensive captain. This is your franchise, and things got so bad. So no, absolutely not. He does not deserve a video tribute. And this just going down 3-4 weeks ago, the wounds are still fresh.
Exactly.
Everybody's still.
He was a
pissed
cowboy
off.
a month ago.
Yeah, man.
Exactly.
I'm not texting my ex-fiance on Valentine's Day, especially when we was rocking and rolling. I told you I'm gonna give you this ring, and I bring you the ring, and you like, that ring ain't big enough. Forget this, I'm leaving. I need a bigger ring, so I need you. Forget this, I'm leaving. So if you ask to leave, if you want to be out there because you like the way we was doing it, I'm not doing that. But also, Skip, to your point, this is what comes with being a Cowboy. This is what comes with being a Cowboy. They're America's team, not true, but America's team. And this is what comes with being a Cowboy, over publicizing their players. And we blow up their players to where Micah Parsons, he's a legend, he's not a legendary, he is a generational talent, not player yet, that's yet to be seen, but he has generational talent.
He does.
Power, skill, he has generational talent, and he took the league by storm. He could have took the league by storm the same way Khalil Mack did, but he got over-publicized because he's a Cowboy. Khalil Mack took the league by storm just like this, except he won a Defensive Player of the Year. And then he got traded the same way Micah got traded to Chicago, but it wasn't all this big spectacle because he wasn't a Cowboy. There would not have that. I don't know because I didn't research if they asked Khalil Mack about or the Raiders, and the Raiders honor everybody. I played 3.5 quarters for the Raiders, and I have a stone and a Legion on the ground. Once a Raider, always a Raider. They honor everybody. And I don't even know if he got a, you know what I'm saying? But the Cowboys got so many legendary players. A tribute video is just like, it's over the top. But this is why I love these type of shows, because you get the inside track. Micah said he felt disrespected by Jerry because he didn't do what? Because he didn't call him. He didn't call him. With everything that Micah did, I fully understand it. I know you may feel like, well, owners don't need to call this and this. I signed with the Cowboys in 2020, COVID year. We couldn't even be in the building. I was in the building for 2 weeks, and then I tore my quad tendon.
By the way, how'd you tear your quad?
It was all right. So what happened, a lot of people felt like the Cowboys did me wrong. They did not do me wrong. So in the contract negotiation, in my contract, there was a clause that if I could get injured anywhere else on my body and nothing could happen, but if I tore that particular knee, because I did an MRI beforehand, it was already 50% torn.
Okay, all right.
So would it be a 50%
torn or your
my
knee
quad
was
tendon? The
okay,
quad tendon.
Yeah. Okay.
So
That's why he's showing it and put the booty shorts.
That's what.
With my,
Bingo.
We need to breathe a little bit.
with my quad tendon, if I tore that quad tendon, they could release me. So
did you do it lifting weights?
no, I was at practice.
You started. Okay, it started.
The third day of practice, I tore my quad tendon and they released me. You know what Jerry did? Jerry and Steven, they called me personally and told me they enjoyed my time there. They appreciate everything. Hopefully in the future, maybe I could be a Cowboy again, this and this. I ain't freaking Micah Parsons in the Cowboy organization, and they called me. And I was in the building for 2 weeks. So him feeling like I'm a little hurt that they didn't call me, I fully get it. And that's why I agree with you.
Okay, but you had no animosity with Jerry and
It was
Steven.
a little more personal than Jerry is trying to make it sound.
In the NFL, where there's smoke, there's fire. And there was a ton of smoke around this, and it was months.
It was more to this than it just being business.
100%.
Okay.
100%.
Now, wouldn't that be the same exact thing Jerry was talking about? Me and you had a contract, and then you said, talk to my agent. All right, now I can't talk.
Done.
But I'm saying is I can't. Me and you.
Yeah.
Now you want me to just deal with him, and I don't have no relationship with him. Now when you leave, you want me to now be man to call you directly. When this whole couple months, that the reason we have this fallout is because you directed me to your assistant.
That's what I'm saying. That's like
So
you being,
like why would I? Why, like once you put me to your assistant, you took this relationship away. So now I'm just focusing
That's
now.
what I'm saying. That's like you being with this girl, y'all about to get married, and then I don't want to be with you no more, but don't text me, call me, talk to my best friend only.
Yeah.
Don't talk to me.
But he ain't say that. He ain't tell the girl,
Dang.
I don't want to be with you. She asked him, do you want to be with me? And he said, well.
Yeah. No.
Talk
He
to her.
said, yeah,
I
he
do
talked
want to
to
be
her.
with you.
Did he offer him
But
money?
I do want to be with
He
you, but
brought
talk
a
to my
ring.
lawyer.
He brought a ring.
Right. He said,
And
he
you
said-
didn't like how big the ring was.
But he said, look, I'm not in charge of that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to do my lawyer's job. You know what I'm saying? Talk to my lawyer. Y'all get it together. I would love to be with you. And then you cut me off. You see me elsewhere.
Okay,
Man, I
but-
brought you a ring. You
Okay,
didn't like
time
the
out.
ring.
You don't get Jerry then. Jerry is old school. Oil field, handshake agreement.
Right.
Verbal. It's eye to eye, man to man. And he
Right.
brought Micah in and he said, this is a quote from Jerry. He offered him almost $200 million guaranteed.
Right.
That would have been more than all but 6 quarterbacks having guaranteed money. That would have made Micah by far the highest paid defensive player ever and non-quarterback ever. If you know Jerry, Micah should have just said, boss, shake, and reached across the table, shook his hand, then go get in your car, call your lawyer, and say, okay, now we got to do the fine print. Now we got to do the details. Now we got to do the years. Now we got to do this and that.
That ain't how we work, Skip.
Okay.
That's not how the players work, bro.
Okay,
I
I
don't do that.
But this is how Jerry worked. You could have taken
Right.
Jerry to the bank
or
and the
Mr.
cleaners.
Kraft or whoever. We just don't do business like that.
Right.
Well,
We got an agent for a reason. My agent handle all that financial stuff. I'm gonna let him do his job.
Right.
And I always say this, man. Sometimes when you're doing business, sometimes the relationship is better with the person who's writing the check.
yep.
Right.
Right. So if
Agreed.
you got that relationship with the guy who writes that
Right.
check, he don't look at you as numbers.
Right.
Right? He looks at you like a person.
Right.
Sometimes when you put somebody in the middle of it, now it becomes just
So we talking
just
about a
straight numbers.
24, 25-year-old young man,
Right.
bro. Like,
And they sat in the office, right? And Jerry says, I'm going to give you $200 million, Micah, right? He has every right to go call his representation
No, I
because
understand.
there's
What's
no
wrong with that?
formal offer. Yeah, Gerald, I'm going to give you $300 million.
Sound good.
Oh, okay, cool. They never exchanged. They never
Sound good.
exchanged anything
Yeah.
after that. There was no structure.
Okay, but
there
when
was
it comes,
no cash
comes
flow.
to money, Jerry is a man of his word. If he said that, I promise you, he's going to pay that.
probably would have.
But he never presented a formal contract to his agent. If the NFLPA had any backbone, they would have went after Jerry. The NFLPA is completely abysmal, right? They let this go on for months. You have an owner directly negotiating with a player without an agent present. Then you present $200 million to the young kid, but you don't call the agent, you don't put an offer together, you don't see numbers, you don't see yearly cash flow. $200 million, oh yeah, that's great, I'll sign. Where do you want me to sign? They never presented him a contract.
right.
Yeah. And then also guaranteed it could be, is this over 6 years? Is it 4
Guaranteed for
years?
injury,
Right.
Is it
guaranteed for
guaranteed?
skill. Like, it's
Like, what is it? There's a lot of
Right.
fine
I
print
know,
that
but the
goes
money
into
was the money, and it was outrageous.
But they
I
guarantee
would have
money
been
ain't always
upset
the
with
money.
it because it was way more than he's worth. I'm just telling you, there are certain owners, that's what he's one of one. If you know him cold, you shake his hand,
You
and then
work
you
what
go
they
figure
pay
it.
you. And
He
if
did shake his
they
hand.
work what
Huh?
they pay you. And if they
I feel like he
willing to
did
pay
shake
him
his
all
hand.
that
No, he
money,
didn't
that's
shake on.
worth.
He said, "No, I got to talk to my agent."
Right,
And-
as he should
what he's
have.
supposed to do.
As he
That's
should
what he's
have.
supposed to do. It's business. Jerry didn't get the Cowboys by just walking up and saying, "Hey, I want the Cowboys."
Right.
to
Yeah, he
work
did.
this out."
He negotiated with Bum Bright. I
I'm
promise.
saying there. So Jerry
I wrote
ain't
a
got
book
no.
about it.
He ain't got.
It's in
He
here.
ain't, so he don't have no attorneys, no nothing.
No, but I
Nothing.
mean, you know,
He don't have no.
And it's not
So
like
Jerry don't have no attorneys.
Well, yeah, I'm sure he does.
But I mean,
obviously on
That's
Micah's
the
end.
player. That's the player's agent.
Right.
All right.
Got to work out.
There's a 25-year-old kid. You're going to give him $200 million. Okay, that's fine.
So what
That's
did
what I
Show
wanna
me
do.
the fine print.
what did
And
he end up getting?
I don't know what Green Bay
One-
got. I think
He got he got $900,000 more to go to Green Bay.
but not
But
guaranteed.
Dallas have no state taxes.
All right, so look, the chat said they want to ask another question real quick. Since Parsons is coming back, do you think Dak Prescott casket presentation will be the tribute video that's going to be going on at halftime after Parsons get done with him?
I could speak to this, right? I could speak to this.
Yes, Richie.
Because 2013, we have the incident go down in Miami. I'm out of the league 2014. 2015, I signed with the Buffalo Bills. In the division with the Miami Dolphins.
Yep.
And all my brothers are still in that locker room. I love the guys in Miami. Pouncey, my guys. Dan Campbell's on the staff down there. But come 2015, we played in Miami, second or third game of the year. I wanted to fuck them up. I wanted to fuck them up. I wanted to bury them. I wanted them every single play to know they made a mistake. Fourth quarter, coming down the stretch, we're beating that ass. They suck.
I like this Richie. Richie ever been in a fight?
Beat that ass, right? And we run one back power. I come around, bam, I hit that Mike linebacker. He goes stumbling back, Carlos Williams. He hits his head on the fucking goalpost. That's what I want to see out of Micah. That's what I'm excited to see out of Micah, right? Like, I'm excited to see the fire. I'm excited to see that.
Oh, it's going to be there.
Oh, it's going to be there, right? He's going to be juiced up, and I know he's going to take down Dak.
But so question is, we're going to we all understand that's how he's going to be, but we're going to find out how he operates in that manner. Right. Because my experience and what happened is Tampa and I parted ways. We played in week 2 on Thursday Night Football, and the media built it up to be more than it was. But I played right into it, and I played in the game, and I tried to not talk to my former teammates before and be angry and be upset when I played. And I played decent, but not up to my caliber. We played them again in London, and I played like me. I approached the game and said, I went and hugged the owners. I went and hugged the GM. Me and the GM, we had an issue. Me and Jason Light had an issue. We worked out our issue. I went to my former teammates before the game, and we hugged and all this, and I played like I play, which is free and having a good time. I had 2.5 sacks. So we'll find out. I understand he's going to be juiced up, and we're going to find out if he plays well like that. Because when you try and force the issue, a lot of times that's when things don't happen. Because I'm trying to make it instead of just being Michael Parsons. But here's my last thing. So you talk about a casket for Dak.
Yeah.
You said that's what you want to see from Micah.
Yes.
Cowboys O-line is, I just want to be petty for a second. Micah is saying, he said it would be painful to hit Dak, right? He said
It'd be painful. No.
It's going to be painful because Dak is my guy and all this.
He
so
said
he's
that,
basically telling you this is going to happen.
This is going to hurt
Like, I'm
my
letting
soul.
y'all know this is happening. Dallas O-line, hey, don't listen to Gerald. Don't listen, but it sounds like he calling y'all weak. It sounds like he said there's nothing y'all can do to stop this, and when it happens, it's going to happen. I don't know. This is how I think I'm going to feel when it happens. He ain't said if. He ain't said if one time. Not one time. So all I'm saying, Skip, want them to have some type of motivation and all this. And like, sound like he calling y'all hoes to me because he's saying this is going to happen. And I don't know, O-line. This is y'all's quarterback. This is y'all's franchise. He's telling y'all, I'm getting to the quarterback. There's nothing you can do about it. It's about what I do after it happens. I don't know. That could be me being petty, but that's what it sounded like.
You have misinterpreted the word painful.
No. He said it right, Skip.
No,
I'm going to read it to
sorry.
you.
I
It's going
know
to be
exactly what it
painful to play against Dak first.
Against Dak. What's the next line? What's the next line? Do you have
And
it?
the Cowboys.
No, what's the next line?
That was the next line. It's going to be painful to play against the Cowboys.
Dak is my guy.
That's my guy.
Because my guy. So I'm playing against my guy.
When I first saw the headline, I thought, Aqib was right, because we had gone back and forth that day about, you said he's going to inflict pain. He's going to draw blood on Dak Prescott. Basically, that's what you were saying, right?
In Skip words, yep.
Okay. In your words.
But I mean, in my words, relayed by Skip.
It's going
It's gentrified.
It's going to be painful because of what I told you. It's going to be painful to have to play against a guy I love.
Yes.
Micah Parsons has not 1 ounce of Richie Incognito in him. Everything that you just detailed about your game against Miami, he doesn't have any of that. That's cold-blooded killer. I told you that day. Micah doesn't have this. He's like, God, do I have to go through this? I love Dallas. He talked yesterday. I love the Cowboy fans. I think they love me. He's going to be a little off balance about, I don't think he wants to go in and inflict pain. Right. I think he's going to hurt over the fact that he's no longer on America's team and that he has to play against a quarterback who was his mentor and his big brother.
Well, yeah.
You heard of Bobby Boucher?
Yeah.
You heard it? Yeah. He sounded weak until he started screaming after that goddamn quarterback.
Until they started talking about that water, right? No, I think Skip, when he said it, he just was a trained athlete.
That's
You know what I'm
media
saying?
talk.
He just media talk it out. I don't want to give him no bulletin board material. Them are my guys. It's gonna be painful to play against Dak and my Cowboy brothers.
Yeah.
But if you think Micah Parsons was the first round pick, a Penn State full scholarship, everything that he's accomplished to this point. If you think Parsons ain't no cold-blooded killer,
Oh,
Skip,
yeah. He
are crazy.
He is the ultimate competitor. That dude
Man,
trying
he's
to
the
score
Ultimate
rats for us.
competitor?
Yes.
How did I
You wanna
watch
win
4
every
playoff
game.
games with one
But
sack?
that's the thing, Skip.
That's your Dallas defense.
You see
Look at him
in the
now.
playoffs. He had them high-ranked in sacks and takeaway. He's a direct
He's the ultimate
result
competitor. He's
of
an
that. You know what I'm
ultimate
saying?
competitor. He is.
2024, the whole defense was hurt.
Oh.
You can't
Here's the
watch that
underrated
year.
element, too.
Hold on, you take out that year, bro. That's a good defense. They up there in sacks. They in the playoffs every year. What else can he do? Now the quarterback, once you get to the playoffs, now the quarterback got to crank his game up. I mean, Parsons do too, but the quarterback got to crank his game up to get a win. Everybody do.
Here's the underrated element that we haven't mentioned that you could attest to, and I'm sure you can. When you went back, or they came to y'all went back.
We went down to Miami, yeah.
When you felt like that, did you keep that internal or your teammates knew?
No, I had the boys hyped
Okay,
up.
stop there. When you came back and played Tampa or wherever, did your teammates know, like, hey, yeah, I'm getting 2 off of them today, or like, this is one of them?
Shit, the media knew. I probably was talking shit in the media.
Okay,
Yes.
when we would get ready to play Tampa, my boys knew we playing Tampa. This is one of them. Let's do this. That's where a lot of people are not thinking about.
Yeah.
That Packers D-line know that they're going back there, and they're going to be like,
They
we
know.
got to get our guy one.
Yeah, we finna
We
get you
got
one.
to get him one.
Got him.
We got to get him one. Because, like, if you've ever been in that situation, and I had squashed every issue I had with Tampa when we played them. That's why I said I didn't play well when it was like, I never played well like that. But you always still want to get your former team, and your teammates know that.
Yep.
Yes.
So they are going to put him in position to make sure, like, just to get, even if it's like they scrambling, he chased Dak down and he just, shoestring tackle him. Getting a sack on your former team is, and then he can
Jeff
do it. I don't know if
Hafley
you ever been in Jerry's world
Hey,
where he
Jeff-
turn around and do all
Jeff
this.
Hafley
You
know
can
that.
point to the sideline and do all, like, but you got to get one.
Yeah, Jeff know that too.
Yeah.
Jeff gonna scheme it up for Parsons to be with that backup
Now
right
you're
guard.
on first name basis with the Green Bay defensive coordinator,
I
right?
told you he was my coach.
Seriously.
That's my
It was his
guy.
The Green Bay,
That was
you got
my
on
coach.
Green
That
Bay
was one of my-
freaking socks.
That was one of my coaches.
Hey, you
I
heard
know.
Skip today.
I'm just a cheesehead for the day.
I know.
Skip. That's
For
it.
the day.
Can I ask
Just
y'all
for the
I was
day.
just going to ask y'all a question, right? Since Michael's gone, where's Dallas defense ranked right now?
Last.
Okay.
Last.
So we know what
Second
it looks
to last.
We know what it looks like when he's not there. Okay. All right, let's move on.
All right, yeah. Let's ask this man, the one in the number 1 jersey. How bad does it get? I want to know a score, and I want to know, does Mike have 4 or 5 sacks?
Damn, Skip.
Well, seriously.
I think he got 2 sacks. I think he get 2 sacks.
Y'all heard that O-line?
Yeah, I think
Mike
he get 2 sacks.
He getting 2 sacks. That's what they say.
I feel like he get 2 sacks. I feel
And?
like the Packers come in, overpower them boys, 27-17.
That's all?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a
overpower.
fairly close game.
It's the NFL, no? You know what I'm saying?
ain't-
That's a blowout.
I mean, the real
in
question is,
NFL.
how long do you think Dax will play the whole game?
Do I think he'll be upright the whole game?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he will.
Yeah. I think
Hey,
he'll be
I think
celebrating.
Rashawn Gary get 2 sacks too.
That's the one. That's
I think
the X
Rashawn
factor.
Gary get 2 sacks.
Yeah,
What Gerald
All the
Gary,
attention on him over
Yes.
there.
Yeah.
Watch Rashawn
So
Gary.
he about to get hammered then.
And
Oh,
Van Ness
that
will get a sack, and Adrian Cooper will have a sack.
So they're about to
and-
Pac-Man this man.
Right?
There's way
Quay Walker
there's
will
way
have
more
a sack.
talent. There's way more pass rushers. There's way more studs up front in
And
Green
no
Bay.
CD.
And they're going to
And
be
no CD.
fine.
Everybody got-
Exactly.
And no CD.
Exactly.
No CD means
No CD means
we could blitz more and play a lot more man.
That means hold
Lean
the ball.
that safety towards Pickens.
Oh, they're
That
about
means
to-
hold the ball.
Hey, lean that safety towards Pickens, blitz the hell out of him, play a little bit more man.
Welcome to county jail.
Yeah.
They're about to get DP'd.
What's the score, Gerald?
What's the score?
Yeah.
30-17. 30-17 Packers.
That sounds
I'm gonna go 31-10.
Damn.
I think Green Bay coming off that Cleveland game.
13. Yeah, I give him 13.
13.
31.
But
Yeah, that's a good.
my
score.
man back there, the Cleveland Brown fan, yes, sir. But I think Cleveland stymied Love and the Packers, and I think they're gonna come out with a great game plan and get after that defense.
Versus this defense.
I think they're gonna eat.
Okay. All right. So we ready to move
What
on?
you got? No, heck no. I haven't even started yet.
Come on, Gil, put your foot down.
Okay. All right.
Who are you picking? I need to know. I need to make it 4-4 like you
listen,
want.
I'm just subbing in for Kingsley right now, okay?
Okay.
That's all I'm doing.
Wait, you
Right? So,
got the Cowboys?
I haven't spoken
he
yet.
had the Cowboys winning every goddamn week.
I do not.
Right? So,
He got him winning this week.
yeah, of
Well,
course.
I'd love to hear.
I got 31-13.
To 2.
Yeah,
right.
I got one accidental
All right.
touchdown.
How
and
many
then
sacks?
And then two
For Micah. You got
punts.
you got 6 sacks or 7?
For Micah?
Yeah.
1.5, 2 maybe. I mean, I'm
day,
pretty
maybe.
I'm pretty sure he's gonna get hit a lot by everybody across the board.
And you don't
He's
think
gonna be ping pong.
and you don't think Dak will make it through the game healthy?
Skip
Right?
like to put words in your
No,
mouth.
no, no, no.
I'm
Skip gonna put the words in your
Listen, I
mouth.
think there's gonna be a video, and I don't think it's gonna be a Parsons video. I think it's just gonna be.
All right, Skip, let's hear it, baby.
All right. All 4 of you are almost certainly right. You're 99.9999999% right
Oh, okay.
because
That's all I need.
everybody in the media, thank you.
Okay.
Everybody in the media that I have paid attention to has this a wipeout, a blowout, a lights out for the Dallas Cowboys and their whole season. This is going to be the end for Jerry and the Cowboys because, to your point, no CD, no hope. The Green Bay Packers are 6-0 at Jerry World. I give you that. They've won 10 of the last 11 against the Dallas Cowboys. I give you that. They have haunted me my whole Cowboy-loving life back to the Ice Bowl, into the Dez Cauditt game, into down 27 to freaking nothing in a home playoff game as the 2 seed against the 7-seeded Packers, who embarrassed us, annihilated us, and humiliated us in our building when I least expected it because I really believed in that team. But I do believe in this team on this day. Because of all the things that you're talking about, the Cowboys are going to rise up and pride up for one day, and you can call it a college rah-rah kind of upset, but they're going to play over their helmets because they're going to be sick and tired of hearing that they ain't got no shot without Micah against Micah Parsons. No shot. And at some point, that defense is better than it's played. And you can laugh at me if you want, but in the second half, against the defending champs at Philly, and you could say this is about the Eagles.
The Lightning game.
It was the Lightning game. It took a 58-yard field goal for Philly to score 3 in the second half against my defense because there is talent out there. Deron Bland is going to play, and that will help, I think, a whole lot. And you can laugh at this because Jerry's been talking it up, but Jadeveon Clowney is going to play.
He'll help.
He's 32 years of age, going into his 12th football season. It's a long time, but for a fairly young man. 32 to me is not completely, like Von is 36, Von Miller, and I think they're still getting a little pop from him here and there. I believe, as Jerry was saying, that he can pressure the quarterback. And then Jerry made a very interesting quote, which I interpreted as a shot at Micah. He said, he can also defend the run. Well, that was Jerry's big message on the night that he and Micah parted was, we just don't think he can play the run. You say he's been graded high against the run because he's been on his best behavior in Green Bay so far. But over time, I think he will get exposed as he doesn't care about playing against the run. He just cares about getting to the quarterback. Fine. They will run at him because we got one thing going for us. Javonte Williams has been, dare I say, a revelation for us. I didn't see this coming, but he's third. They're third in the league in yards per carry. I mean, that'll work. So you don't think they're going to say wherever one is, we're going to attack one? Mm-hmm. So I love it that you wore that jersey because you will be under fire from the Cowboy run game. whoever it is, they're going to come. It might be Miles Sanders. They're going to come after you. But in that locker room before that game, I believe this team will have, this is my favorite expression from Coach Popovich, if I can go back to your sport. He talked about having the appropriate fear. And it means that you're scared to death, you're going to get embarrassed. And you guys have been there where you've been overmatched and you're about to walk on the field and you say, damn, we got to suck it up now. If we don't, we're literally going to get run off this field, blown off this field. And I think they will play emotionally and hyper-focused just to avoid embarrassment. So I can't even explain how it's going to happen, but I just believe that they'll hang in, and Dak has been playing at a pretty high level. I've liked the way he's handled himself so far. And George Pickens, as you said, he's going to get triple coverage because they're going to say, we got to take him away. But Turpin, Jake Ferguson, you can flip it to the backs. There are ways you can do this and just hang in the game the way you did at Philadelphia. I came in here and predicted they would pull one off at Philadelphia, and if CD hadn't dropped 4 balls, including 2 deep balls in the fourth quarter, they win that game. And you say, oh, you don't know that. I do know that. Those were huge drops by, to me, the best receiver in pro football. So, again, they don't have him, but maybe it's one of those, it's going back to, I go all the way back to Dick Motta, you probably don't even remember him, coaching the Dallas Mavericks, and it's the wounded tiger theory that they had in the NBA, where you're down 2 or 3 players, and all of a sudden you get shocked by this team because they play way up because they know with the appropriate fear that they don't have a chance unless they just suck it up and pull off what could be the upset of the century here. Because this has become, for everybody in the media, not just the lock of the year, it's the lock of the century. Well, I'm going to predict the upset of the century. I say Dallas figures out how to pull it out 28-27 at the wire.
They need to play that on the Jumbotron for the game. That'd be great for us.
That's inspiration right there.
Yeah.
Skip, you are a phenomenal writer and media member, and you're a legend in your own right. But I'm here to tell you.
Yeah.
Man, Green Bay don't care about none of that you just said, man. If you better, you just better. They're just a better team, man. All that, I done been in them locker rooms where you just not the better team, and it's like, man, come on, fellas, we can do this, and then you look at this score, and it's 31-13, or it's 30-10.
I was saying half. I was saying at the half.
7-7. I was thinking that.
I was thinking at the half, but
I understand it sounded good, and that was incredible inspiration from a fan, which is short for fanatic, and it sounds.
Agreed.
You are a true fan. That's how
I am a fanatic.
Fans should be.
Since I was 10 years old.
I don't care how bad it look. I'm with us, and I love that. I'm talking about from the guys in that locker room, because let me tell you something. Everybody crowned the Green Bay Packers the best team in football after 2 weeks, and then they went on the road and got embarrassed. So
somebody got
talking about. You said Dallas don't want to get embarrassed. We've been laughing at them for a month. Green Bay is supposed to be the team that was supposed to be Super Bowl team, and they went and got embarrassed. You think they want to come on Sunday night where everybody's watching and lose to the Cowboys?
Okay, but I loved it that Green Bay lost because all of a sudden the honeymoon was over for Micah. Oh, we're not riding the Micah magic carpet anymore. Oh, we're human with Micah Parsons. We're not invincible. I think there's a little creeping doubt in their mind of, wait a second, we just lost to the Cleveland Browns. So I like that because Dak is better than Jordan Love. And Jordan Love's got to be thinking, damn, I threw a stupid pick that cost us the game.
You know what they realized? They realized that this is the National Football League and the moniker Any Given Sunday is real.
It is.
It doesn't matter if we are the better team. Any given Sunday, it's only a few plays. Everybody said Jordan Love made one mistake. Well, that one mistake cost him the game.
It did.
That's the league you play in. So it doesn't matter if you're the better team. You go out there on Sunday BS and then forget that these are the best coaches and players in the world and anything can happen. So they know, like, we can't let this slip again. So, the Cowboys, man, but the Packers are feeling the same way. And they know they're the better team, and they got a point to prove that last week was an anomaly. We are still where everybody believes we are. We're gonna show them.
So which is it, on any given Sunday, or the Packers are just way, way, way better?
Then the Cowboys.
They way.
The chat agrees. 100% says Packers going to win. So let's go to another.
Love it.
To another
Talk.
big game. No, I just made that up. But I just made that up. All right. So we gonna move on to a big game. We got. So after this weekend, one of these guys, Lamar Jackson or Patrick Mahomes, is gonna be sitting at 1-3, tied with the Browns. Just so we all know that, it's gonna be tied with the Browns. Whoever goes 1-3. Ravens heading to Arrowhead to face the Chiefs. Now look, the numbers don't lie. Over the past few years, Mahomes has dipped. Efficiency down. Red zone production is down. Not nearly. Look, blah 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 blah. We get it. Yeah. We lost his receiver. He lost him to he wanted some hoes. He went to Miami. He's in. We see what's going on over there with him and the women.
Exactly.
Right? And then he lost his tight end to a woman. Right? We get it. The man done, listen, Kelsey done lost his name. The Gen Zs know him as what? Taylor Swift's boyfriend.
Yeah.
Right? So the fact that he's going through a little bit of trouble with personnel right now. Richie, what is your prediction for this game?
I'm going to say it simply, Baltimore rolls. I think they're more physical. They're a more complete team. They need to stop killing themselves. The turnovers, Derrick Henry fumbles are backbreakers. Mahomes, his numbers, his play has dropped off, but I feel like the team around him has dropped off. They have less talent on the outside. Mahomes can still play at a high level, but he doesn't have anybody to throw the ball to. They're still working on chemistry. And what I saw with Mahomes the first couple weeks of the season is he's hitting that back foot, everybody's covered, and he's taking off. And you don't want Patty running because you don't want him exposing to those shots. So I think Baltimore's in a better place, even though they're coming off a tough loss, something to prove. I think Baltimore rolls.
Yeah, I agree, because even though Baltimore has had their struggles, they're beating themselves with mistakes they're making, but they still putting up 37 points a game. And the Kansas City Chiefs are struggling to put up points, so they won't be able to keep up with them. And and I agree with you, Richie. Like, what makes legendary quarterbacks so great when they retire is the ebbs and flows of their career and the players around them. You understand that they're still great, but the team around them may change. What the proof of Patrick Mahomes being as good as he is the fact that they're still competitors when we see the team around him is not the same. And they still have the ability to compete. So, yeah, the numbers don't look the same, but he hit the league and took the league by such storm that people forget that he's still human. And if he plays 15, 16, 17 years, it's going to be times like this. So, but in this game, like Richie said, I think that Baltimore is the more complete team, and they win this one.
I can't ride with Baltimore because as many points as they scoring, they're 1-2. So what that mean? They giving up more damn points than they scoring. That's not rocket science, right? They giving up too many points. So what better way for the Chiefs to find themselves? He kind of coming into his own with Thornton. You know what I'm saying? He going up top to Thornton. They finding that little rhythm. He had Worthy back. Should have had Worthy back. They thinking Worthy going to be back. So I feel like they're going to find a run game this week against these Ravens, man. Everybody else found it, you know what I'm saying? With two deep threats like that, you'll be able to find it. And I said it on the other show, the Ravens are 1-4. They last 5 games against the Chiefs, you know what I'm saying? They lose to them. What you say, they got their number? Chiefs don't got their number? Where see that bar you be setting? That bar you be setting?
I said the coach versus that player.
Oh, okay.
It's the same thing. Same logic. It's the same logic.
You be moving the hell out that bar now, but hey, they 1-4 versus the Chiefs. You know what I'm saying? They last 5 times playing them guys. You know what I'm saying? So I think the Chiefs just got their number. You know what I'm saying? You got to go to Kansas City.
They could.
That's a super tough place to play. Man, I feel like the Chiefs feel like both teams feel like they got to win this game. I'm riding with the home team. I'm riding with the better defense. The Chiefs is playing a lot better defense than the Ravens is right now. So,
well, you said those two teams. You said they giving up more points. They played Cleveland and gave up 9 points or something like that.
17 or something like that.
17.
That brought the average down to about
41.
30.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
That brought their defense to average down to about 30 points a game.
Yeah,
Cleveland,
but the
Bro, they
points
giving up 30 points a
they're
game.
giving up points to a team who just came off a game where they scored 50. All right,
Hey,
and then the Buffalo
regardless.
Bills, who most people have in the Super Bowl.
Regardless.
That ain't how Kansas City's playing.
Regardless.
They not scoring
You
points.
giving up 30.
They're giving
they
up
not scoring
points to teams scoring points.
They giving up-
They're not scoring points.
But they're not scoring
They
points.
scored 22 on the Giants.
And then they scored 23 the next week, and they scored 24. They right there. You feel me?
They
22,
they
23
just
points
played
is
the
solid.
Giants. They just played the Giants and scored 22.
And then before that, they scored 23. Then before that, they scored 24.
No, they scored
right there.
17.
Bro, they averaging 23 points a game or something like that, bro. They averaging 23 points a game. Y'all giving up 30. I like the Chiefs to get 30. Shit, y'all giving out 30 like it's nothing.
They're not giving up 30 points a game.
Bro, they are. They
Who
are.
are they giving it up to? Buffalo?
I don't give a damn about that.
And it's the Lions.
You just told us how the NFL is so balanced and it's so close.
Okay,
30
but
points
let's
is
go
30
off
fucking points.
let's go off consistency. Have the Chiefs' offense been putting up points like that?
20.
They're going to have to put up
24
points.
a game.
They're going to have to put up points to keep up with this team, and they're not putting up points.
But they going against a defense who's giving up points. So when you go against a defense who's giving up points, you score more points.
So the Giants didn't just give up a bunch of points to the Cowboys.
I don't know. We
They
ain't talking
scored
about the Giants.
22. They just played the Giants, and they only scored 22. They're
Did they
going
win
against
the
an
game?
offense that's averaging 37
Did they
points.
win that game versus the Giants?
The Giants.
They won the game versus
It's the Giants,
22.
not Baltimore.
Maybe
They're
if
going
it
to have to
wasn't-
keep
Maybe
up.
if it wasn't 22-7, they wouldn't have ran the ball.
They're going to have to keep up. And we talk about the Chiefs
They might have
defense.
could have scored more on
The
the Giants
Chiefs
if they
defense
wanted.
have been keeping them afloat, but we also have been talking about, what did you say about the Eagles offense?
They have no
That
identity.
and they play good against the Eagles offense. This is not Baltimore's offense who's averaging 37 points.
But this is Baltimore's defense who's giving up 30 points a game.
And what is Baltimore doing with these teams? They're losing by
Exactly.
these few points, but they have to keep scoring, right? So the Chiefs have to keep scoring. They're not going to keep scoring. It doesn't matter. They got to keep. They got to keep up.
This hurts me as a black man to see you two black men
No,
going at it
we
like
see-
this, man. This black on black quiet, but arguing
I'm riding with
about
the
You ride with the black quarterback.
I'm riding with
You know what I mean? I just
I'm riding with the black guy.
You ride with the black quarterback.
You are going to be the lone wolf on this because I'm riding with these two on Baltimore. And listen, against the Giants ran for 130 against Kansas City, and I think Baltimore will go back to the drawing board and back to basics. And I told you, Derrick Henry can't establish the run anymore. He just drifts into the line of scrimmage. If you give him a crack and let him get unwound, he can still fly. But they have a stable of really good backs, and they're going to unleash the stable, I think. You're going to see Justice Hill, and you're going to see Rasheen Ali, and especially Keaton Mitchell and Lamar use his legs more. They'll run the ball, control the ball, keep it away from Pat. And to your points, they're just so physical. They're just better. They're just better, and they will impose their will at Arrowhead, where Patrick's 3-0 against.
And the Chiefs giving up 18 points per game. They don't play no part. They don't bring it down to 37. You go against somebody who's giving up 18, they don't bring it down. They don't.
Okay.
The defense don't play no part in this
That'll
game.
bring
Right?
it down.
Here you
to what?
niggas go again.
That'll bring it down.
They're not
around-
just-
Let's say they giving up. What'd you say they giving up? 19. What'd you say? They giving up? 18. So it'll bring the average. If they're scoring 37 a game, it'll bring it down to about 28 points. Kansas City
And then-
is not
all right.
scoring 28 points.
All right, so the Chiefs, they averaging about 22, damn near 23. They going against a defense who giving up 30 to 31. That'll bring it to about 28 points. So we're going to have a fucking tie.
They're not scoring 28
It's going to be a
points.
fucking tie, I guess.
Heck no.
All right, look, we got one last topic. All right, but before that, listen, play $5 and they giving you 50. Remember that. Download Underdog, play 5, they're going to give you 5 in bonus points. Bonus cash. All right, 49ers. It's all in red and shit. 49ers, 3-0.
We're going to the 49ers.
Yes, Skip.
Honest, man. We got to.
Yes, Skip, it's been 2 hours.
Got to.
Been 2 hours. Yes, the 49ers are 3-0, but the injury report looks like a Pro Bowl roster. Man, Bosa AC
Wait, we didn't pick the Rams game. How do we avoid that?
Yeah, Skip, it's
It's 135.
I know, but it's your team.
I'm looking at the red, Skip. They put it in the red.
Oh, okay.
I'm the host right now, so I don't have a team. We're not talking about the Rams.
Gil's driving the bus. He's rolling.
I see what Skip is trying to do. We're not talking about the Rams. That was last week. It's a new week. All right, we're gonna be 3-1. Okay, just to put that out there. So, Purdy hobbling. Someone's duct tape. Brennan Ayuk. And Jennings sitting on layaway.
Yep.
Okay, we got Mac Jones is ready to hit the chop shop. All right, at this point, the team bus should drop him off at the hospital. Okay, all right, Skip. With the 49ers off to a hot start,
Yeah.
do you think they can survive all these injuries and make a run?
I got the Colts over the Rams, 30-20. 30-20. That's what I got. 30-20. How about that?
Oh, okay. The Colts.
I do think the 49ers will survive. They got a nice cushion and they got the culture, and I do believe in Kyle Shanahan. Put him on the spot. He will coach him up, and he can flat out coach with the best of them. I believe in Kyle. I believe in his father, who I know very well, Mike, and I think they will figure this out because they'll get Brock back sooner than later, and they will be just fine in that division. That's what I believe.
I'll follow Skip's lead. I'm taking the Rams.
You're taking the Rams.
I'm taking the Rams. I think the Rams. I think the Rams take it to the Colts. What they showed last week in Philly was really impressive against a really good defense.
Yeah, really good.
49ers. I'm out on 49ers. Every year it's injuries and injury bugs hitting them early. We're not even into October, November. McCaffrey's got a little Achilles. Always.
Yeah.
So, and I just don't see it. I don't see it.
So, yeah.
I'm riding with the Rams. I know you ain't mad, Gil. But I'm going to ride with the Rams, too. I don't know what the score going to be. But Sean going to bounce back from that loss. That's my guy, Sean. He know how important it is to not lose 2 in a row. He won't lose 2 in a row, man. I'm riding with the Rams. But I do think the Niners, they're going to make a run for it. I think that 3-0 start helps dramatically.
Yep.
And just the type of teams that Shanahan Lynch put together, they put together real physical,
They do.
tight, this certain kind of brand. They play a certain kind of brand. If you're not that kind of guy, they don't bring you in. They tried to bring Lieb in too. I had to,
Really?
Yeah, I was on the phone with Shanahan.
They bought Sherman for the
They
Super
wanted to
Bowl.
bring me in before Sherm. I might have
Really?
been before Sherm, I think so.
Okay.
But I had to go with Wade. I decided to go with Wade. We went to the Super Bowl.
Well, you did. You made a good
choice. It wasn't a bad choice.
No.
But, I mean, they play that type of brand. I love Shanahan offense. I love his system. Mac Jones looking damn good in that system right now. You know what I'm saying? And they got guys hurt. They got, like you say, Purdy coming back. Kittle's got a hamstring. He going to come back.
He will.
Ayuk going to come back.
He will.
So I'd rather them have guys hurt at this time of the year than usually they had guys hurt at the end of the year. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's cool. And then you look at their schedule, they got the Bears coming up, the Titans, the Browns, the Giants, the Falcons, the Panthers, the Texans, and the Jags. Shit. I fucking like it. You look at that schedule, I fucking like it, man. So I think they're in a good spot.
The way you said them teams made me believe they sorry.
Hey, ain't nobody, according to Gerald, everybody in the NFL, they right here. But, hey, them teams is not looking too good right now.
And culture matters. So what you're saying, it definitely matters, and they've been there. So I'm with the 49ers. I think they can get healthy and shake back. This is not a Joe Burrow situation where he's so much of the team that, they're a culture built around and when that culture and system is in place, that's why that offense can operate the way it can. So I'm with the 49ers surviving this. And I got the Rams too. Listen, this Daniel Jones thing, I'm going to give credit to Daniel Jones for how he's playing. You never want to tear a guy down for what it. But listen, man, let's not jump out the window forgetting that we need a parachute. This is still Daniel Jones. So let's relax a little bit. It's been 3 games. They're playing well. And, he's took a lot of scrutiny, but the Rams were one of my Super Bowl contenders. Yes. I believe they're really a contender.
They still are one of them.
They lost to the champs on the road. They're at home versus the Colts. I like the Rams.
So for the record, you're saying Daniel Jones is a fraud?
No,
I'm not saying. I'm saying we don't know yet.
Well, what's your gut? What's your instinct?
My instinct is that he has the guy who has the most scrimmage yards across the whole NFL leading that offense. That's what I know. So
Does he have this year's Saquon as his running back?
He got a great run game.
Listen, that run game and everything that Jonathan Taylor's doing right now, that is something you can hang your hat on right now while I'm trying to.
Does he not have a stud rookie tight end who can get open on
I
anybody?
said he's going to be.
That's a product of the run game.
But when Tyler Warren got drafted, I said Tyler Warren is going to be the top 3 tight end in this league for the next 10 years. He's that talented.
Bingo.
He's that talented. He is.
But that's a product of the run game in my
It
opinion.
is.
Of course.
Yes.
It's-
That's what I'm saying.
You
It
see
ain't.
Warren he running corner routes from they fake bring them guys up corner route. Like I mean, it's a lot of what he's doing is coming off. play
Yeah,
action.
Jonathan Taylor
Catch
is
and run.
really he doing his thing. So let's Daniel Jones, you playing good, but let's.
The game in LA too, right?
Yeah.
It's that
That's what I'm
5-hour
saying.
flight, man.
Yeah,
And that
man,
5-hour flight do
flex,
something to the
bro.
team.
Easy work, man.
That was
Hey, that 5-hour
that was
flight
a
do something
long
to the team.
flight back from Philadelphia.
I'm
All right,
telling you.
look, listen. I know tonight is Seahawks Cardinals.
Yep.
We don't care. So we're about to end this show. Hey, Kenzie, hurry up back because obviously they do not respect me as a host and being a black man up here. Okay, so come on back here. So when you say, hey, move on, they move on. So thank you guys for showing up. This has been the show. Hey, I loved it. I ain't gonna lie. I had fun up here, so I appreciate you.
Good.
Appreciate you guys. So look, tune in next week, same time, same channel. Peace.
Peace.